Okay, welcome back to our Astonishing Swordsmen, Sorcerers, no, screen always flash like that. Astonishing Swordsmen and Sorcerers of Hyperborea campaign. This is, I believe, session 43. The last session, we well, the PCs, the heroes, as it would be, followed the trail of some beastmen who had not only raided the village of Dunwich, but also made off with some of their warriors and some uh, stone or gem, like not very valuable gemstone, um, or something that's used to make gemstones, I should say, as well as some weapons. The PCs followed and to a cliff face in the frozen areas near the Spiral Mountains. What just happened? My computer made a funny sound. They're all still there. Oh, we lost Shanga. And made their way up the side of the cliff, finding some of these beastmen with strange devices on their heads, but they seem to be more or less kind of in a catatonic state until one of the headbands was removed and a combat ensued. Then they explored down. They realized that there's some of these big doors, 15-foot tall, wide doors that opened up automatically. Even though there's a box with some strange symbols on the wall next to the doors opened up automatically when they approached. And they followed the pathway down to the east, I believe it was. And it was a kind of steep uh, chute, for lack of a better word. Not so hard that you can't walk on it, but they're definitely having to go slow or hold on to the flying carpet, as it would be, uh, as they made their way down into another room, which had three large cylinders dripping some kind of oil. As our magician investigated, she was set upon by some centipedes who were eliminated pretty heartily. So we are starting. We are 2 players short, so their characters will be standing guard, I guess, here in this room while the rest explore deeper. But we can go through. You guys can intro your characters, tell me all the things I probably missed, and we'll go from there. So let's start with Crystal. Tell us about your character, Crystal.
I am playing Callista Kixlios. She is the daughter of a fairly well-known merchant family, um, and has fallen into the magical arts. Last time, as said, she was set upon by these giant centipedes and did take a little bit of poison, really hurt. But now that she's kind of coming back around and getting a hold of herself, she grabs one of these dead centipedes and she looks it over, and she takes her silver dagger and begins to cut away and its mandibles, its pincers. She begins to cut them away, and she has a glass vial she takes out of her hard pack, and she's putting those pincers inside this vial. And that's Callista.
Very cool. Okay, Nikki, tell us about your character.
I play Pinesta. She is a bard, and she is interested in figuring out who's controlling these vermis, however you say that. And she is interested in keeping an eye out for the cart of corundum that was stolen, because the jeweler said there was a nice big sapphire as a reward. That her and Brighild know about that. I don't think anyone else does. I don't think we told you guys. So she's keeping an eye out for the stolen stone for him, and she is on the carpet in a room smelling like rancid olive oil. That's what she's doing right now.
Okay, Mike, tell us about your character.
I'm playing Muda Adi, who is a purloiner. He's a little hesitant about all this. This is reminding him a lot of Under the Pyramid with the snake people. These square, very square hallways and these odd contraptions and this different sort of technology that is here. So he's a little concerned. He would rather not tangle with them again. So he's looking forward to going deeper, but with hesitancy.
Fair enough. Yes, that is a good observation. It does seem to be some kind of strange, what some of the wizards might refer to as technology. So that's a strange word. Young, tell us about your character. You're muted.
Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. I played Basil Dracos, the cataphract, and after our previous session where him alongside the party members sliced and diced all these small centipedes, he's feeling relieved, knowing that he has not been bitten by one of these poisonous creatures. But going forward, I mean, they've already dealt with about 20 of these furry hermas, and after dealing with so many of these centipede creatures, he's a little bit worried what's awaiting for them, down the hallway. So he's going to be proceeding very cautiously going forward.
Makes sense. Okay, so just as a refresher, because I know we missed last week. So the rooms themselves are, for the most part, the walls and even the floors are covered in some kind of metal, a kind of a dull gray metal. Not really something you've seen before, except for here. In some areas, you've noticed like parts where there's cracks in the metal, almost like broken away or sheared, but not too bad. All the rooms are lit, reminding Muda a little bit of the Snake Man lair, and then with panels that are coming from the ceiling. The main difference here, though, is that they have kind of a greenish light to them, as opposed to being a kind of clean light. In some of the rooms, in the first room you entered, there was kind of a flickering, but since then it's been fairly steady. The doors are about 15 by 15, so they're very large. Also the same metal, and as noted, next to each one, there's kind of a small panel on the wall with nine, I believe nine. Yeah, nine look like they're buttons. 3 rows of 3. They're triangular and they are flashing softly. They are marked with some kind of script that is unreadable to you. The chutes, which you took to get to this room, are at about 15 foot in diameter, but they're rounded. A little bit hard to walk on because they are coarse granite. They're not the metal. And some of them slope as much as 45 degrees. But again, if you're going slow and using, your ropes and some spikes, and also you have the flying carpet you can hold on to if you start to slip, you're not having any trouble getting down. If you needed to run through this area, just mechanically, you would need to take some tests of dexterity. But, as far as your slow exploration rate, it's not really a problem. In the room that you're in, just getting back to that, it is round, I believe. Yeah, it's a round room. It is about 80-foot diameter. It's a 40-foot high ceiling, which all the rooms are 40-foot high ceilings, roughly. There are 3 large cylinders, as noted, each 15 feet in diameter, 18 feet high. They seem to be some kind of strange. It's not metal, but it's very hard, and it's not stone either. It's something you've never seen before. And you can see that they are cracked, but they are capped with the strange metal that you saw in the other rooms. And you do see about 9 foot up on each one, so about a third the way up, I guess. You see that there's some of these panels with the buttons, but these panels don't have any lights on them. They're not lit, I should say. Like the other, they don't have flashing lights. They are also all the cylinders are cracked, in various places, and oily liquid was dripping out, which is where you got the 12 centipedes from last time they kind of came out of that. When you came into this room, I should say too, I also misspoke. You went to the west when you first came out. When you came into this room, you're coming in through you kind of went out to the west and then cut back. So in the end, you're coming into this room from the west, because you did like a zigzag, descending down. And on the same wall that you came in, there's another set of doors. So basically, you came in from the west, but you could also leave from the west from a different door. I mean, or of course, you could go back the way you came. If you go through the new door, it is descending, so you're going deeper. It goes on a slope going down, or obviously you could ascend back to where you started, or of course do any other investigations in this room as needed. So yeah. So what are you guys doing? Oh, I should say one more thing. It is the the third day of the 13th month of the 10th year. Yeah. So we always get a mark our day. What's everybody up to?
Well, Mood is looking downward. I mean, he
Okay.
knows good things go down.
Okay. Yeah, you could, if you look down that, all these doors, as noted, when you come close to them, about 5 feet away or so, you can investigate by walking back and forth. See, they kind of just like open up and they go into the ceiling. You could see that this downward path goes down maybe 100 feet or so, and you could see, because of course it's lit, and then it then cuts back to the east. So it's heading like to the west a bit, and then it kind of zigzags back again to the east. So you can see about 100 foot of clear space. No door in sight, though. It basically goes down and turns.
Well, it seems to be clear this way if we want to go further down.
I think down is probably where we're going to have to go eventually. I think you're
Yes,
right about that, Muda.
For some reason, the best treasure always seems to be hidden in the deepest depths.
Unfortunately.
Treasure is really just whatever you make of it. Callista says as she's like cutting off another one of these pincers from these centipedes and adding it to her collection.
How are you feeling, by the way, Callista?
Well, my blood stopped burning, so I'm okay, I guess.
I suppose that's good. Well, I don't know. This place looks very unfamiliar to me. I've never seen anything like this before. Have you seen a place that looks like this, Muda?
He said, yes, back where I came from, there was a temple of the snake men that was similar to this. But I mean, the lighting was different, but there was some striking similarities. I think we should continue on. Not enough to be cautious, but not to warrant leaving. I don't think.
Snake men
Basil.
are you crazy? All the snake men died out like thousands of years ago.
Yeah, but you heard their stories before, right? I mean,
Well,
it's not the first day. Panessa and Muda talked about him all the time.
yeah, that
So
is true.
I say, have you not heard Panesta's songs?
I mean, I listen every once in a while.
hold on a second. He walks over to one of the pillars and puts his hand up there, and he feels it, and he looks at you guys. And it doesn't feel like a regular stone. What is this thing made out of? And he pulls out his sword and taps on it.
Yeah, so it's smooth, right? And it doesn't feel like stone at all. It's not cool the way stone is, or metal. It actually feels very neutral. I mean, it's cold, relatively cold in here because you are, of course, it's warmer in here than it is outside. But yeah, when you hit it, it makes kind of like a hollow-ish sound. Like it kind of goes dunk, dunk, as opposed to like a ding sound like you'd have you hit metal or stone.
I don't know. He turns around and says, I get a bad feeling about this. And he joins the rest of the group.
Hmm.
Well, I think Mood is right. I think caution is the order of the day.
But not despair.
Oh no, not despair, never despair, my friend.
So, Bosley, you should take these negative feelings of yours and just toss them to the side for now, lest they weigh you down and impede your judgment.
Good advice. I shall take that advice to my heart. Thank you, Buddha. And he sheathes his swords and pulls out his bow and holds it up, waving at you guys. It's like, well, speaking of caution, we better keep our distance away from whatever creatures that may try to eat us down here.
Yes.
Yeah, no more centipedes for me. She says as she's finishing the last of her centipedes.
All right, point the way, and I'll take the point.
Okay.
Down the stairs.
Gulp, and Basil tries to.
Right.
Yeah.
So
It's in
remember,
that
it's like
direction.
it's like a chute. So you're cautiously walking. Where's the carpet?
Oh, at this
Where are you-
point,
Where you're definitely flying, right? Are you gonna fly like in the front, or are you gonna be in the back, or in the middle, or how do you want to?
if you guys want, I could try to scout ahead a little bit. I can always zoom back here when I encounter the horrible beastie.
I mean, yeah, that might give us some time to prepare.
Do you want me to
Okay.
go along with you, or are you okay flying down there by yourself?
Oh, you can come if you want. I don't know. I mean, if you're gonna come, we could all just. I could just kind of fly a little ahead of you guys, unless you want me to do like a full scout down there.
I mean, just flying a bit ahead should be fine. Like not so far that if you get in trouble, we won't be able to help you.
Okay.
Alessa, I see that you're stammering a little bit, feeling a little bit nervous.
No, I'm. Well, I mean, I did just get attacked by like a dozen centipedes, so you know, cautiously optimistic.
Fair enough. All right, I'm ready. Whenever you are, Panesta.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, you move down slowly because, as I noted, it's kind of a slope and everybody's kind of moving. If you don't want to trip and slide down the slope, which will happen if you fall,
It,
except for Pinestra, of course.
is
Go ahead.
is it dark? Like, I mean,
No,
okay.
nope. There's strips of lights in the ceiling. They're kind of flat panels that are shedding kind of a sickly green light. You've never seen anything like it before. Clearly, some kind of magical devices. Well, I mean, you saw it in the other rooms, but you haven't seen it outside this place. But Pinesta and Muda have seen similar things. Also, I remember too that Pinesta's actually seen the Black Centipedes before too. They were in the desert.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they were.
Yeah, you fought them in that underground. So, anyways, yeah, you move down about 100 or so feet, slowly. So it's taking you. I mean, you're only going down 100 feet, but it probably takes you, 20 minutes to get that far because you're kind of like walking and slipping. I mean, Panessa's like, "Come on, guys," because you're just sitting on a flying carpet. But everyone else is going really slow. So yeah, you get down to the corner and it cuts quick to the. You're basically going west essentially. It cuts quick to the east, and again, it's lit so you can see all the way to the end of it, and you can see that it's a straight path, another 100 or so feet to another door.
Okay.
It's a straight path, kind of at an angle going down, of course.
So I will fly back to Muda and Basil and Callista, and I'll say, there is another door, as you guys could probably see. I think Muda, you're the expert on traps, right? You muted, Mike.
You can't see my head.
Are you
You
nodding?
can see me nod. Yes, I'll go check it out. So, would you like me to listen at the door too? I mean, I could do that. I'm guessing it will probably open the closer I get to it, like it has the other times.
That's true. But yeah, why don't you just wait and check out the corridor?
I will cautiously make my way down, looking for traps.
Okay, yeah, and you have a climb skill as a thief, right, or as a prey learner, so
Yeah.
you can move down there with no problem, even at a decent pace. So you you make your way down, and when you get to be about you don't there's nothing in the corridor that seems to be trap like. You do notice though that there are several areas in this tube where you can see cracks, much like you saw in the room above.
Right.
Doesn't look like it's going to fall on your head right now, but it definitely looks like it's shifted over time or whatever, possibly earthquake or weight or magic. I mean, who knows? But when you get about 5-6 feet away, the door to the room opens up, and you're looking into a round room. Everybody else is on.
It's open.
Yeah.
Look, it's open again, and the room
nothing
is
im-
round.
Yeah, nothing immediately kills you.
I'll
right,
fly
it's
up
round?
there. Yeah.
So it's a 60-foot diameter room. So a little bit smaller than the other one. This one has a 35-foot domed ceiling. So you're coming in on the west side. Directly across the other side of the room, there's another door. So basically, you came in on the west, there's one on the east. In the center of the room, kind of like 3 on the top of the room, if you consider like this, and 3 on the bottom of the room are these pedestals, which I'm about to describe. Okay, so there's 6 concave soapstone pedestals. They're 6 inches tall and 10 feet in diameter. So again, they're sitting like this and like this, right? In front of them, there are lecterns. They're 6 foot tall, and they are carved out of dull black stone. There's 6 of them, but 3 of them are broken in half and toppled to the ground. You can see also in this room, as you're looking around, that these metal walls you've seen, they are very damaged. You see lots of areas where they're broken, and also areas where you see what look like scorch marks. You can see that the dome itself, as you look up, is covered in strange geometric shapes and eldritch signs and curvilinear patterns.
Not eldritch.
Otherwise, the room appears to be empty.
We gotta meet this eldritch fellow.
What did you say that there were 3 of? I didn't catch that word.
There are 6. There are 6 concave soapstone pedestals. They are 6 inches tall, so the pedestals, but they are 10 feet in diameter. So they're big old discs, and they're concave.
Okay.
So they almost look like very, very shallow bowls, I guess. And they're in front of each one is what you would consider like a lectern. So like a stand with like a slanted front. There's 6 of those as well, but 3 of them are broken. And each one is sitting in front of a pedestal. So if you imagine the room round like this, you're looking at 3, and then the lecterns are like matching them in the center. So you got the kind of 2 circles.
Are the lecterns are they facing towards the pillar or like away from them?
They're facing towards the pedestals, yeah. Okay. Like if you were standing on the pedestal would be the proper way to look at the lectern.
Okay.
Seems like there's been a very angry something going on here.
What exactly are we looking at, though? Is this some sort of a sacrificial chamber?
I would say an angry discourse of some sort has happened.
Well, I mean, I can look at the bowls and stuff and see if I can figure anything out about them. Hey, Basil, why don't you go ahead and go in? It looks safe, right, Muda?
All right.
Oh, I'd bet my life on it.
he takes a couple of steps forward. He's looking around to make sure that there aren't any monsters hiding
Yeah, don't step
in
there.
the side.
Don't step
Whoa.
there.
Whoa!
Yeah, okay, there, you're fine.
You're giving me a heart attack here. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't
His
see any creatures come out from hiding or whatever as you kind of step in.
At
Yeah.
this point, I would just say I would probably get off the carpet and stuff so I could look around and
Okay.
put it away.
He knocks a couple of his arrows, on the bow, and as he's looking around the room, he's got him knocked.
Okay,
You
so
see,
like ready shooter mode.
yeah.
You know,
Okay.
Basil, I'd be very interested to see what would happen if you would actually step into one of these bowls that are on this pedestal here.
You know, do you have a 10-foot pole by any chance? Maybe you could use something like that.
What? You're a brave fighter, are you not? And an archer?
I feel more at ease if I were out in the plains on my horse.
Yes, but
I'm-
this would
I-
give you elevation. You
I'm
would
so-
be able to
uh,
shoot better from an elevated stance.
Yeah,
or something's gonna come out and try and eat me. I don't know. What do you think, Vanessa?
I
Uh,
think. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Calesta.
it's fine.
Go ahead.
Callista says, I think you're all making this a little complicated. And she's just going to like find a rock on the ground or something, like toss it over at one of the balls.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's like stuff that's fallen because there's cracks in the wall. So you can find a stone, you toss it onto one of these like these pedestals, 6-inch tall pedestals, that kind of are, concave. Yeah, it lands on, kind of rolls a little bit in the center. I mean, it's not that concave, it's like a little bit. Doesn't seem to have any effect on anything else in the room as far as you can tell. Yeah, I'm just going to show you the room because I don't know if I explained it really strangely. So these are the pedestals. You can see my mouse, right? So these are your 3 pedestals, and again they're only 6 inches tall, but they're they look like bowls basically. They're convex. And then the red lecterns are sitting in front, and 3 of them are broken. This one, so this one, and this one are broken, and the walls are scarred and stuff. But you see kind of how it looks. So if there was anything in this room, like hiding or whatever, just kind of go back to what Basil had asked. What Basil had asked there's not. You can pretty much see everything in the room. Unless there's anything hiding in there.
Callista's going to like look at the ceiling before she walks over to one of the balls.
Okay. It's embossed with strange geometric shapes, eldritch signs, and curvilinear patterns.
Hey, wow. Well, there are some symbols on here. Zatulia, give me my my book of symbols.
I think you left all the hirelings at the bottom, didn't you?
At the bottom.
I left Vormor, but Zatulia's with me.
Okay. Who is that? Are they-
Zatulia is my link girl.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. Yeah, as you study them, go ahead and roll d6.
Okay. I'm sure I know exactly what this is with my 6.
Okay. Yeah, you're studying them. You start to feel very, very nauseous. Actually, what's your constitution? Make a test of constitution.
Okay.
To see if you don't lose your
Test
lunch.
of con?
Yeah, just a regular test, not a.
Oh. I think that venom is still.
Yeah. You lose your lunch or breakfast or whatever. And you kind of have like a dizzy, like you're looking almost like you feel you're having like vision almost as like you're drunk, like you can see like double a little bit, like it passes pretty quickly after you lose your lunch, but yeah. So yeah, your cholesterol is puking. What's everyone else doing?
After making sure she's okay, I would I'd like to look in one of the bowls, see if there's like residue of something or anything.
No, there's not. They look pretty
Just
clean.
empty.
Yeah, I mean they're soapstone, so that you can see that there's like marks on them. But the marks aren't they're not like scored like something sharp. More just like a soapstone's fairly soft, you know? It looks like probably something was like if you were to lay like I don't know, your leather backpack on top of soapstone for a few days and took it off, it would kind of leave like a little bit of a stain kind of thing. You have that kind of look on there. Like not a lot of it, but you can so clearly something's been put on here, but nothing that and you don't see any blood or anything like that, because I know you guys had originally thought maybe sacrifice. Which would definitely stain the soapstone. And so
Okay.
nothing like that's on there.
We'll do a climb up into one.
Okay. Yeah, it's only 6 inches, so it's not much of a climb.
Yeah, I mean, he's just gonna walk around on it. I'll walk on the edge, then I'll walk through the bowl of it.
Yeah.
I'll look at
Yeah.
Basil and go, see, not that difficult.
Yeah,
6
you feel like
inches.
you think if you filled this thing with water, it would be a terrible bathtub because I mean it's not that it's like very shallow.
I'll lay in it.
Yeah.
I'll look
Is
at
there,
Basil. I'll roll my eyes again.
I think it was you who suggested that we proceed with caution. And he looks up, over that bowl to see whether if there's any spout or some sort of a hole where liquid may pour out.
No. On the ceiling you just see the strange symbols.
Okay. He walks up to the upper left lectern, and he's examining what's on there.
All you see on it is that it seems like it's solid black stone, and at the very kind of it's slanted at like about 45 degrees. And at the very bottom there's like a lip, so you would imagine if you put a book or a piece of paper on it, it wouldn't slide off. It's kind of like it's like as you would imagine.
Yeah, he examines the other broken ones to see whether if there's any paper or parchment.
Okay.
Amongst the debris.
Sure, yeah, you guys spend some time looking around. Doesn't appear to be anything like that here. There's dust and like residue of things. So if there was any kind of parchment, that was here a long time ago. It may well have just gone to dust, but you don't see any scraps or anything. And the ones that are broken look like that you actually can see on them, they're scored where they look like they were smacked with something hard. And some of them have like kind of like a burn look on them as well, as you also see on the walls.
Yeah, he turns around to face Panesta and says, "Dragon. Definitely a dragon."
It may very well be, but I think dragons only exist in stories.
Well,
Unlike
that's what I
snake
thought
men, which are
about.
totally real.
Well, there's always a little bit of truth in every story, right?
You're right, Callista.
But certainly, Basil, you're right. Obviously, there was some kind of conflagration or something of some kind at some point. But I don't see any evidence of what caused it or why.
Yeah. Could we find out how long ago this battle has taken place, or make a educated guess?
Can we carbon 14 date it?
I mean, it would be hard to really tell, because the place is pretty clean. You know what I'm saying? There's dust, but it's like pretty clean. It's not like it's covered in dust, so you could see like some stuff more dusty than the other. You would imagine that it wasn't super soon, and only because you can't smell anything burnt. Being a warrior, being around battles and stuff, you don't smell the smell of something that would have burnt this. And if you go to the wall and the metal and you kind of scrape it a bit, the burnt part, like it doesn't like just rub off. Whatever's there has kind of been smushed, but kind of absorbed with time. So you would imagine a long time ago. Exactly how long? It's hard to know.
Okay.
Yeah, but certainly not within the last week, let's say, for sure. Probably
So
a lot
perhaps
longer than that.
perhaps what happened here happened before whoever is controlling the beastmen came. Maybe they're not related.
I hope so.
Maybe we can ask somebody.
Well, yes. If we find somebody to ask, we can ask
Agree.
for sure.
Should we move on to the next door?
I'll go check.
Oh, which door?
Okay. Yeah, there's a door to the east. And if you walk up with it within 5 feet of it, it opens up, and you can see that the passageway here actually ascends. So you're going up a bit, and not very far though, only about 25, 30 feet, and you see another door.
How does the door know? Mura, Penesta, Calesta, I mean, how does it know that we're right in front of it?
Yeah, snake men.
Magic?
Magic could be some
Yes.
sort of magic lock or magic.
Snake men magic.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he takes out the 2 arrows and is readying it again, just in case he's gonna, we would run
Yep.
into something.
Okay. You want to make your way towards the other space?
Yeah, Muda
You
will
keep
go
going
up.
in the same direction. All right.
Yeah,
Again,
go there first.
moving slowly as you're in these kind of really slanted. I mean, the module says you're supposed to roll every so many feet, but we're not going to make you roll because it doesn't really. It's not going to do anything. If it becomes an issue, we'll roll for it. But we'll say you can make it if you go slow. So you're going slow, you make your way up again. Once you get about 5 feet away from that door, it opens up. And I guess Muda was in the front, so you would see first. This room is it's 80-foot long chamber. Okay, I'm just going to read it, and then you'll see if you can understand what it looks like instead of me trying to describe it. This is an 80-foot long chamber, bows out to the south to an apex of 50-foot width. And of course, the north wall is flat. Facing the arched wall are 4 concave soapstone pedestals, 6 inches tall and 10 feet in diameter. Before each pedestal, so facing the wall, set in the floor stands a transparent open-top cylinder, 6 feet tall and 2 feet in diameter. The arched walls are set, so the arched wall is set with thin glass panels that are cracked and fragmented. And you can see hanging out of the broken glass areas of wires and tiny, like little, they're gears. You would know what gears are. You've probably seen them in water wheels and stuff. But these are tiny and metal. In addition to that, all the ways across the other side of the room, so that 80 feet away, you see 2 doors that are side by side. So they're both on the east side. There's one above the other. So one's on the northern part of the room, the other one's on the southern part. Does that make sense? Yeah, that was a pretty good description.
Yeah.
The weird shaped rooms. So yeah, you got more of these soapstone pedestals. But these instead have these strange transparent open top cylinders in front of them. And there are 4 of them.
Calesta looks at the roof to make sure there are no centipedes.
There are no centipedes in here. And this roof in here is the 40-foot tall as the other ones. It was, I don't know whether it was 35 foot. This does not have strange writing on the roof. It's just plain.
Yeah, it looks safe to me. I don't see any centipedes.
Do you think this could have been some kind of school? This is like the lab, and the other place was the lecture hall, and
I don't know. It'd be an odd school. I mean, those lecterns are just in front of, like, I don't know, some bowl or something. It's nothing I recognize anyway.
Well, the lecterns remind me of the academies of Khromarium, but these things, he approaches one of the cylinders and taps it with his sword again.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah,
And
the transparent cylinder? Yep.
Yeah. Is it glass?
It is not. It, in fact, makes the same kind of dull, thuddy sound that the other thing made, like dunk, dunk, as opposed to like a ching, ching, like you hit glass.
Yeah, after he taps it, as I said, these things are completely foreign to me.
Hmm.
You can see actually, Basil, when you bang on that and you're kind of looking at them, kind of at the bottom. Although they're 6 feet tall, so you're kind of looking down. I mean, if you're over 6 feet, you're looking at, I guess. You can see what looks like almost like shrimp. Maybe like just a handful of them laying on the very bottom of the cylinder.
It's a transparent cylinder, right?
Yep, it's transparent, so you can see through the cylinder. You can see the shrimp.
Yeah.
They
yeah,
they they,
Ba-
they don't appear to be alive. They're just laying there.
Basil, being only about 5'8", he struggles to actually look down on it.
Yeah.
But he leans down and he points at him and says, "Look, Callista, there is some kind of a creature down here."
Oh, well, let me see. Callista says as she steps up, and she's like an inch taller than you, and she'll look down into the thing, and can she recognize any like type of shrimp or anything like that? I don't know. I mean, like she was a
Uh,
merchant, so I don't know if she would have anything. She's also a magician, so
well, what's your background?
merchant.
No, your racial background.
Oh, Khromarium.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
because you're from the
common, yeah.
interior.
Yeah, I'm a commoner from Khromarium, yeah.
You're from Khromarium, or you're from Khromarium?
I'm from Khromarium.
Oh, okay.
I'll
So,
put
so
it.
you are okay,
Yeah,
right? No,
The
not here.
same
Okay.
city that I am. Yeah.
yeah, the same
Okay. All
city
right.
as Finesta. Putting
All
in the
right. So
chat.
you're from the coast. Okay. So you would recognize it. They are krill.
Okay. They just
Yeah,
seem to
they're
be simple krill.
yeah,
Too bad Brickhill's not here. She loves shrimp.
exactly. She does.
Well, I mean, she probably wouldn't eat these. There's no telling how long they've been in there and all.
Uh,
Are, are
you've
they
seen that
alive,
woman eat.
Callista?
I mean, I don't. They're not moving. I don't. I mean, so. I mean,
They, they're not moving, nor are they rotted.
Yeah.
They look like they are. Um, well, you've been on
Mm,
boats and stuff. They look like they're like preserved. Is the best
eh,
way to say it. Like they're
mm,
salted or whatever.
I mean, maybe there's no air inside this container.
Well,
It's
you can
open.
see the top. It's open.
Oh,
Yeah.
is it open?
Yep, it's opened
Oh
up.
well, never mind.
Yeah. It's 6 foot tall, 2 foot diameter, and it is open topped. So, you could, well, I mean, if you could reach down 6 feet somehow, you could get some off the bottom.
Let's see. Let's see what I got here. Anyone have any string or anything?
I'm sure I have a rope.
Yeah, I have rope, but I don't think rope would really help here.
Yeah.
Uh,
Once again, 10 foot pole would be very useful.
Yeah.
Yes. I'll hand her my meteor hammer.
well, I'm a little worried that while we're looking at these shrimp, would be beset by our foes. I'm gonna walk around a little bit to secure the room,
Okay.
if that's okay
Okay.
with you.
I mean, I could
Uh,
try to make the whip grab one. You know how much I like to use my whip for silly things, so I could try. Do you think? Do you think we need to? I mean,
I mean, I don't see anything necessarily special about them, but the fact that they're not rotted is at least interesting. Also, Zatulia, make a note that we should pick up a 10-foot pole.
So what I'll say is, you could, if you can, yeah, I mean, you can get the shrimp if you want. Just I need to hear a very inventive way that you somehow got this shrimp. If you want to have them, I'm not gonna make you roll, but I just want to hear how you get shrimp out of this thing. It's like one of those tests you take, like in like primary school. It's like a group project. The 6 foot tall tube, 2 foot wide, the shrimp at the bottom.
we have arrived at Odyssey of the Mind.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you really want them, you can get
Hyperborea.
them. Yeah.
Do you want them, Callista? Because we can probably figure something out. I mean, I'm very short, so I'm like 5.
I mean, I'm not entirely convinced that they're going to come in any kind of handy at this moment.
Okay.
We can always come back later and see, but let's try to keep everything as untouched as possible, preserve for magical integrity and everything.
Okay.
Yes, that sounds like us. Untouched.
So, so
Preserved.
Basil, when you were walking around the room, did you go close to those other two doors, or are you staying away, knowing that they might potentially open?
I'm staying away, knowing that they might potentially just open without warning.
Okay, that's
But,
Good idea,
um,
Basil. It's a very good
Yeah,
idea.
he's gonna go close to the lecterns to see if he could find any parchments.
No, there's no
And
lecterns here. This has
oh, right.
the transparent tubes.
Yeah,
So basically,
yeah.
what you've got is the 4 pedestals, the bowl pedestals, the tubes with the krill in them, and then kind of against the wall, you have all these broken glass panels with wires and stuff dangling out and some tiny gears.
Hey,
They all
I have
have
a
krill in the tubes.
I have a quarterstaff.
Okay. Yeah, you could use the score stuff to scoop them up.
Okay, yeah. So I'll reach down with my quarterstaff that I totally didn't forget I have. I mean, how could I forget I have it? It's a quarterstaff.
Yeah. Somehow you're like, oh, hold on, I had this in my hand the whole time.
Well, she's doing
what
that.
10-foot pole like thing could I use?
Can I look at the gears and stuff and the
Sure.
broken panels? Yep.
Yeah, so you look at the panels. They are, in fact, so as you get closer and you look at them, they're very, very thin glass. Like you've I mean, you've been around, so you've probably seen like very, very like expensive like glass in like noble homes, like they make like wine glasses or whatever, like very, very thin. This is even thinner, like this is super thin glass. And as you kind of push away some of the other stuff that's dangling out, you see basically various tiny gears and cogs. If you kind of look in there, you can see that there's all kinds of like machinations that are behind these things. And you can actually smell when you get your close enough and you get your face up close to it. You can smell like a long burnt smell. Like it's something you imagine something burned back there at some point.
Maybe the fire was caused by some sort of weird malfunction in their strange magical devices.
Wouldn't be the first time.
I don't know, but that doesn't explain those bashed out lecterns on the other room.
True.
When I get the shrimp up to where I can like grab it, I'm gonna have like a sack inside out over my other hand, and I'm gonna like grab it with my sack hand.
Okay.
Your sack hand.
I see that smile
No comment.
on Daniel's face.
No, I just like that I like how precise you're being while picking the shrimp up. A cautious player is a good player.
I mean,
so yeah, you scoop them.
I mean, I learned my lesson when I approached the weird oily batteries and had 12 centipedes fall on top of me.
This is true. So I believe the krill are pretty small. Yeah, you get some. So they're small, like planktonic crustacean of the open seas, eaten by a number of larger animals, notably the baleen whales. So yeah, whale food. Yeah, you pick it up and you got it in your pouch, your sack hand, and it's not. I mean, not that any shrimp would be, but it's not like particularly soft. It feels like you imagine it's probably dried, for sure. Now that you have it up close to you, it doesn't smell. Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, the only thing that's weird, maybe to you, is that you've seen salted stuff before, and it kind of like looks very like shriveled up. This doesn't look shriveled up. It just looks like not alive, nor rotted, nor really salted. Like it doesn't look shriveled like salted. It just looks like it would almost remind you of soft, like bark. It's kind of the texture it has. Like it's very dry.
Callista's gonna like like if she has to get on the ground or whatever, she's gonna like put the sack down, and she'll take out her dagger, and she'll like try and like dissect the krill to see if there's anything odd about its insides or anything like that.
Okay. I mean, it's a shrimp, so there's not a whole lot going on.
Hmm.
It's you basically you cut it though, and it's very dry,
Hmm.
almost as if it's made out of some kind of very soft wood, but it's not. It's clearly not that, but it has that kind of like almost rough texture,
You
like
should
it's like a
taste
soft
it.
wood.
Hmm.
Are
Yeah, I
you
don't.
deveining it over there, Callista?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
You should taste
Uh,
it.
just examining it. She's gonna put this thing in like one of her glass tubes.
Okay.
Use all your senses.
Basil returns after looking around the room and looks at Callista and says, "Well, is it alive?"
It is not, and like it's definitely not alive. I don't know how to describe it. It almost feels like it's made of like wood or something.
That's odd. Why would the masters of those creatures, have dried krill in this type of container?
Well, see, I'm not gonna say that they're like dried. I've seen dried krill before, because I have, and this is not like that.
I mean, it's similar to
It's
dried. I'm saying it's not like salted, because salted
okay.
stuff is which is pickled is not dried. It's salted. This is
Yeah.
like pickled krill is not the same as this is dried. I mean, meta. It's dried krill. Yeah, you've
Okay.
never seen
Okay.
that before.
Do,
Yeah.
do you reckon it's some sort of a spell component?
I haven't heard of a spell that uses dried wood krill, but that doesn't mean that it's not a spell component.
Maybe they fed them to these creatures.
Could be some sort of larder.
Yeah.
Look at the
Mhm.
craftsmanship, and I'll a piece of that really thin glass in my hand, and I'll say, whoever built this place knew what they were doing.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Mm,
Those
sure.
gears that I'm looking at, he points at one of those broken, machineries. It's like it looks like something that I would see at a mill, but it's so small. What would they do, Vanessa?
I don't know. When we encountered the machinery of the snake men, it was just incomprehensible. I suppose they could turn and power something just like a mill wheel, but it would have maybe all these small gears power something big.
All right. Well, you keep on saying that word, snake man.
Yes.
All
I
right.
I don't know if there are snake men here. None of the symbols that Callista looked at were anything we recognized from the Snake Man Temple, were they, Dane?
No, not at all. In
Yeah.
fact, they were very strange symbols.
Right. Whatever's
There
happening
might be
here, I think is
different
Uh,
snake men.
if can Callista look at the symbols again, or
You can go back to that room, sure.
okay?
They're
No.
different
You have to go.
humans.
You'd have to go down the tube
true.
I
25
don't see
feet.
why there couldn't be different snake men.
I,
I mean,
I mean, I've never actually seen a snake man before, so not that I know of anyway. I mean, they say snake men can take human form, so maybe I have seen them and I just don't know.
Celesta, where are you going?
Going back.
Are you
Or
going
some-
back?
No, oh no, I'm sorry. I thought there were other symbols in this room. I misunderstood.
Nope. This room has no symbols. What you know, because you've had a lot of experience with the snake men, and this is not saying this is not snake men. 'Cause I would never say that. This doesn't look like anything you've seen before. You've
Yeah, I
seen
didn't think
two. You've seen two snake men temples, right?
Yep.
Two.
Well-
One near Xambaala,
Oh yeah.
and one in the Lemurian Remnant. This is but they were very different from each other, and this is different even from that. So,
So Muda, you're right. It could very well be a different tribe or sect or something. But it just
doesn't
I
feel
don't know,
like snake
I
men.
don't get a snake man feel. I just don't.
I heard that you like feeling snake men. It was something that Brighild said to me. I'm not sure if that's true or not.
I think she meant killing snake men. I
Oh.
like killing snake men.
Oh, okay. I thought it was
Well-
feeling snake men, but
Snake men or not, you still have to find those missing people
Yep.
and possibly
stone.
kill whatever's behind it. So he pulls out the bow again and he knocks it. And should we head through that door or that one?
always go left.
Okay. So
Right?
they're right next to each other, so you can actually walk up to them and they'll both open up if you want. So you walk up to the two doors and they both pop up, and you can see that they're both heading out to the east, basically. But actually, there's a little descriptions here. Is that what this is? Well, one ascends to the east, bends west. So one goes about 100 feet up to the east and then turns west. And the other one descends to the east. So one ascends to the east and then bends west, and one descends to the east.
Wait, it ascends to the east and bends west?
It's like a spiral
It goes
staircase,
up
maybe?
and then it turns. Yeah, it goes
Yeah.
zip, zip. Yeah, it's a chute, so it turns.
Well,
It turns basically, but you can
West
see all
is-
the way. That's why. What?
isn't west in front of, like...
Yep.
I'm,
Yeah, it makes a hard, almost like cut. It goes up like this, and it goes cuts back.
okay.
Yeah, it's like a corner, like a hard corner. Yes, it's very strange. You wouldn't normally see that.
Except in snake men temples.
Right. It literally is making a hard like cut back, like a corner. You see, almost like a triangle.
Well, you know which direction I would prefer to go.
Down.
Yep.
That
Alright.
sounds fine, though I am intrigued by that geometry.
Well, here we go. He pulls out the arrows, he knocks it, and he's going down.
Are you descending? Okay. All right. It descends about 50 or so feet. I mean, again, you can see all these corners because they're not brightly lit, but they're lit, so you can see all the ways down. So 50 foot down, you see there's another door down there as you move closer to it. And I guess, I mean, assuming you're doing the same thing you always do, you get close to the door and it opens up. And you're looking into another round room. This one is 60-foot diameter chamber with a domed 35-foot ceiling. The walls are lined with broken, what is best going to be described as, and I say broken because you can see that they're like damaged and falling over. They're kind of metal. You would imagine that they kind of look a little bit like boxes that are made from like plate mail. So they look like they're metal boxes stacked on top of each other. Some of them have kind of large openings in them, and most of them have kind of almost like platforms coming out, almost like a table coming out of the front of them. There are, in almost every case, you can see that there are wires that seem to be coming out of all the openings, kind of almost like something reached in and yanked them out. You can see they're just like pulled out. You can see there's actually a little bit of like, you could see burn on all the surfaces, like there was a fire, though it doesn't smell, so it was a while ago. You can see, and also the very center of the room, there is a large table. It is 5 foot tall. It is covered with little gears and stuff like you saw and that you pulled out of the wall. In addition to that, you've got, essentially you came in on the east side. There's, again, right next to you a door that leaves, and then across the other side of the room there's another door. So yeah, in summary, round room, giant table in the center. The table in the center is 20 feet wide, so it's a big table, but it's only 5 foot tall. And then you've got all these machines around this round wall that look, they're made of like plate, but they're all broken and torn and wires pulled out of them.
Callista is gonna like grab from her pouch that shrimp that she had earlier, and she's gonna like toss it out like in front of some of those holes and see if anything comes out to eat the shrimp.
Okay. Yeah, you so you're gonna touch it?
Like it's in a tube. She's just gonna kind of like fling it from the tube.
Oh, okay. All right, fair enough. That's easy enough to do. Yes, you pop the top of the tube, you fling the krill. And it lands on one of the little table areas. Everybody waits with bated breath. Nothing seems to come out to eat it.
Okay, looks perfectly safe. She looks up at the
Maybe-
ceiling to make sure there are no centipedes.
No centipedes.
Okay.
The one room you forget to say that on is gonna be the one that's
Yeah.
Yeah. What you could immediately get from this, looking into this room, is that it looks like something reached into these boxes and pulled forth wires and stuff, and then was putting them on this table area in the center for some unknown reason.
Basil approaches one of those boxes,
Mhm.
and he examines the hole, the size of that hole.
Okay. So you see, as you examine the box, so you look, you can see it's kind of a fairly large, like hole, like maybe like 2 foot by 2 foot. But as you're kind of looking into there, you also see another one of those clear tubes, and that seems to run into the wall, like into the wall. And you can see the inside this box, like laying around with all these broken wires and stuff. You see a few more of these krill.
Yeah. He motions towards Panesta and Callista, and he says, I see more of these krill. And I don't know about the size of these holes. Whatever that broke through these plates and pulled out the wires must be, quite a fearsome beast indeed. And he looks at his own arm and looks at the size of that hole. So I don't want to tangle with whatever that caused that sort of a breach.
Well, Panesta and Muda, you've seen snake men. How big are snake men in their hands?
They're not that big. Is what she'll say.
Okay.
And snake men are methodical scientists. At least that's kind of what we've learned a little bit. They're scientists. They do experiments. I don't know if they would tear this stuff like this.
I mean, if there was some kind of emergency, perhaps.
Maybe.
Or their creatures got loose on them.
Perhaps the beastmen. Maybe these are cages that the beastmen are
Yeah.
held in, eating krill.
Perhaps.
Perhaps they tried, when they tried putting those crowns on their head, it was not successful, and it angered these beastmen, these Hermas.
Maybe.
Before we go further, perhaps we should discuss what to do should we come across a creature whose hand or claw they rip through a box, making a hole that size. If we were to come across such a creature, what do you propose we do? Run? Fight? Hide?
I mean,
Talk to it.
yeah. I mean, try at least try to reason with it at first. I would say, unless it's like obvious that it is of animalistic intelligence, and then I suppose we'll do what we have to do.
I suppose perhaps that is the right way to go about things when you're making a deal and when
But-
you're trying to negotiate a trade. But I don't know. I mean, if we were to come across such a creature, whether if we'll be allowed a luxury to take a moment to try and reason with it.
Well, if we're not, perhaps we run, depending on where we are and what the situation is. If we have no choice to fight, you know I will fight, but I don't really want to die down here.
Yes, I agree.
I tend to like life too.
Good. We all agree then. If we are given chase, then we will run. Correct?
If we
For sure.
can, yes. Yep.
Right. He looks at himself. He's clad in plate mail. Obviously, he's the slowest of them all. And he sighs.
Don't
It
worry.
was.
We'll
We all
make sure
know-
you come with us, Basil.
We all know we can outrun you. So
Right.
we will fight by your side.
All right.
Uh,
He face palms. He's like, oh, brother.
Who is not messing around? Okay.
Where the heck is Bale anyway? He looks around.
Stayed up with Brig to guard the entrance.
He bailed on us.
bailed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so with some investigation, of course, on the table and stuff, you see that some of these gears and stuff look similar, but you don't really know anything about it, so it's hard to really know.
And the
but it
table's
does
5
very-
foot high, right? It's
yeah,
a
it's
big
5
table.
foot. Yeah, it's 5 foot tall and it's about 20 foot in diameter, so it's huge.
And there are no like blinking
It's
lights or something
it's
like
fine.
that, right?
No, nothing's blinking here.
Okay.
You do, but looking around though, you do see on these kind of metal boxes that seem to be destroyed or torn into, you see some areas that have those similar button type projections like you see near the doors, but none of them are lit up.
Okay.
So perhaps at some point they might have been lit up, but you can see that they're damaged.
By the gods, I feel like someone has been building a giant here.
Our war giants.
I was gonna say, or we're giants, or at least taller than us,
Than all of us.
than all of us. Yeah.
Five
Well,
foot.
Hyperboreans were big, weren't they? Aren't they like?
They're big, but this would probably still seem large for that because Hyperboreans
Okay.
can be like up to 7 foot tall. This is a 5 foot table, so it's not impossible, but for them it would maybe be like a counter, like a high counter.
Okay.
Do you know how to fight giants? Because I know.
You do?
And then,
I
yes.
mean, you fight giants with other giants, obviously.
Well, basically, you wouldn't fight them, but you could get away by going into a tight and small hallway where the giant wouldn't be able to fit. He shrugs.
Yeah, except all the hallways here are 15 foot.
Yeah.
they're all huge.
How big are the doors, by the way?
15 by 15.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yep.
Yeah, the doors are huge.
All giant size.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You're about 6 hours into the dungeon exploration. You're like, hold on, these doors are really big.
Yeah.
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 Mm.
And he looks at Panesta. Maybe you should fly on the flying carpet. Just hover above the ground, just in case.
Okay. I can do that. I can get the carpet back out. I can do a little hover.
Yeah, a little lower. Circle around a little bit, get a little good,
Yep.
stretch the legs. Yeah. So aside from what I've described in the room, there's basically 2 other doors. One is on the same wall that you came in, and if you stand in front of that one, it seems to go. That one descends a little over 100 feet down to a door. And the one on the east wall descends only about 25 feet to a door. And then, of course, is the one that you came to. It's also malicious.
So 2 downs.
Yep, both go down. Both one on the west, one on the east, and of course the one goes up that you came to.
Well, I say we take on the odd east to west corridor.
You mean go out and go back up?
Go back up and then
No,
go that way.
But there's nowhere else to go in here, right?
There's 2 doors.
Oh,
There's 2
I'm
doors.
sorry.
There's,
I must have.
yeah, in
blanked
the room
out.
that you're in. Sorry, I'll go. In the room that you're in, you came through a door on the west wall, and that you descended into this room. So basically, that would go up now if you would go back that way. On that same wall, there's another door, and it goes down. So you can continue to go down. And then on the opposite wall, there's a door that goes down as well. So you got 2 downs and an up, which is where you came from.
What do you say, Muda?
Well, one could be a little disappointing, and the other could be very disappointing. I prefer the little disappointing one.
So that one, and
short,
he points at the door across the room.
Yes.
The shorter corridor, like that. Nice. All right, yeah, you can do that. So you go down to that, and it's not very far, so it's only just a little disappointed, I guess. You move down to this door cautiously as usual, or maybe you're bold now because this is like the 5th or 6th door you walked up to, and yeah, you get about 5-6 feet away from it, and it does not open. And you get a little closer, it doesn't open. You get right up to it, it does not open.
I look for a slot.
You see next to it the that keypad type thing.
Okay.
Yeah, you can. Do you have a pick lock ability?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, it says that you can use it to hotwire. If you
To hotwire?
Yeah, they call it. Yeah, because there's no lock. You have to basically pop the panel off. You use some wires in there, and you start messing around with it, I guess.
Right.
What's your? Actually, you can just roll it. Whatever your chances?
Yeah. Boy, I don't know. What are my chances?
What level are you?
What level am I?
The 5 or 6?
I'm 6th.
You're 6th level. Okay, so you have a 5 and 12. Is your dexterity 16 or better?
15.
Okay, so you have a 5 and 12. So D12, 1 through 5,
Yep.
you succeed.
Did it show? There we go. 5.
Yeah, 5.
All right,
Oh,
perfect.
nice.
Okay. Yeah, so you're messing around with it. You hear that sound, that familiar like sound, but the door only opens maybe like an inch off the ground. It goes like, and it seems like it's stuck. And you immediately can feel warmth, and you can smell this like well, actually, it probably smells at home to Muda. You smell like very like tropical. Like you smell like plants. I mean, you guys have been in the frozen, below zero environment for weeks now, and like you immediately smell that like fresh smell of like plant life and stuff on the other side of the door. But it won't. It seems like it's stuck.
Oh my goodness. I tried again.
Yeah, yeah. It seems like so. Basically, something's holding it, and you feel like you'd have to like get your fingers underneath it and lift it up if you want to try to open it. Mechanically, you'll have to do an extraordinary feat of strength. But up to 3 people can do it at once. So if you want to try to open this door,
Could we try to use my quarterstaff as like a counterweight to like try and pry it open?
sure, we'll give you an extra 8% for that. But if you fail, it'll snap the staff.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. So I guess whoever the 3 strongest are probably the ones who should do it.
Not Callista.
Yeah, I think we should be Pen and Muda and Basil.
All right. Who's the strongest?
My strength?
I'm 11.
Okay.
13.
14.
Wow.
Oh, you guys aren't particularly strong. Okay, so
Panesta. Holy cow.
4%. Okay, so you're 8%, Panesta. Basil, you're 14 as well? 13?
13.
13. So you're also 8, but you get a +8 because you're a fighter. So that's 3 times 8 is 24. And then what's Muda's 11?
11. I'm a
Yes,
4%.
that's 4 more. So that's 28, and I'll give you 8 more for the staff. So that's 32. Right?
So
Yes.
do we all each roll?
No, one person. Whoever wants to make the percentile roll. You got a 32% chance. If you fail, you snap the staff. If you succeed, the staff does not break and the door opens, and everybody's happy.
Go
Okay.
ahead, Panesta.
Otherwise, this door will be impassable for you.
Going to make me
We're
do it.
relying on your strength, so
Ugh,
You are
Oh,
the
yeah.
strongest.
that's not really my thing. Let me roll my 100 here.
clearly not our thing either.
All the strong people aren't here.
But I rolled a 27.
Oh,
Ooh.
that's enough
There
with
you
everybody
go.
together. There you go. With the addition of the staff. Very clever. Good job, Crystal. Yeah, you are able to that extra weight in there, and you kind of push it open. You think it starts to bend. It's like the door like finally breaks past. There was some vines kind of holding it. You would imagine that would grown to it. So they break off and the door slides open, and immediately you're hit with this like it's very warm in here. It's not like Lemurian warm, but it's very warm compared to the fact that currently the temperature outside is like -20. So you can feel the heat just pour over you as you're looking into this this steamy plant-filled garden chamber. Measures 70 feet north to south and 70 feet east to west, with tapered corners that produce an irregular octagon shape. The ceiling, which arches 40 feet, is set with massive panels that emit violet light. Creepers, vines, and broadleaf plants fill the chamber. The scent of herbs and flowers is redolent. Redolent. That must be something. The floor is set in 3 long metal grates. You have to Google that. But I need to add that to my dictionary here.
Strongly reminiscent or suggestive of.
Oh, okay. It's redolent. Well, that's weird. That's a weird way to use it. But anyways, it smells. It's a lot. The floor is set with 3 long metal grates from which jets of steam intermittently erupt. If someone's going to do okay, so yeah, so you've got basically a room that is, it's more or less a square. It says it's an octagon, but it's like got very flat sides, and you're looking, it's just filled with plant life. It looks like it's a garden that's completely overgrown.
Oh, this is bliss.
Yeah.
This is wonderful. This is fantastic.
I agree.
That feels
gift.
good.
Like peeling the furs off. Yeah, it's very warm in here.
Oh, it's too bad we don't have a plant expert here.
Well, I used to know someone who was really good at identifying plants,
She did.
but she died.
Oh, I'm sorry for your loss.
Oh, thank you. Everybody around me dies, just as a warning. Guess I should have told you that 8 months ago.
Well, Pinesta, everyone dies, and everyone's dying already. We will all die at some point, but what matters is how we live.
Wise
We'll
words,
just die
Dad.
quicker around her, though.
Well, I have to have something to write songs about.
Yes.
Okay.
Just don't turn your back on her.
You're a funny man, Muda. All right, so what do you suggest we do? Trek through this strange room?
Yes, this feels like home. You'll push forward.
Yeah, I would go in.
All right. Yeah.
Callista's going to look at the ceiling to make sure there are no centipedes.
You do not see any centipedes on the ceiling.
Okay. She'll go in then as well.
Okay, so you start to cut through and make your way through, kind of hacking your way through with your jungle skills that you would have from living there for so long. Where are you gonna go? North, south, center of the room. What do you want to investigate? Because it's a big room. Well, there's a lot of stuff in this room, so where are you headed? And I'll kind of tell you what you see.
I'll follow your lead, Muda.
He's just going to dive right into the middle of it.
Straight in the middle. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you head through, and again, those steam jets are there. Obviously, you can avoid them pretty easily. You're cutting away, and that's interesting. As you're cutting away, you see something glimmering on the ground. And there are actually, as you look to it with your eyes, you can see that there are 6 spinels, hard glassy mineral, in various colors. So we'll say that they are green because I like green. So there's 6 little green gems on the ground.
Look at these.
Yeah.
I will pick
Looks like-
them up.
Looks like emeralds.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a gemologist.
They look
Anything
like they have some
green,
value.
anything green and look like gems, I'd assume they're emeralds.
Right. Yeah. Oh yeah. You will find out. You'll be sorely disappointed when you find out that they're spinels and not worth nearly as much, but they're still worth something.
Being a merchant, can I look at these and see if I can see anything about them?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I'll hand them to you.
I'll give you a 4 and 6.
Okay.
I'll give you all of them.
No, I don't. I have no idea what these are. I've never seen anything like this before.
Emeralds, right, Callista?
I mean, I've never seen emeralds like this.
I bet you this is what they put in those headbands.
Could be.
You have headbands with you,
Actually,
right?
no. Wait, did we? No, did we leave? No, we didn't leave them because it would have taken too
You
long.
no,
So
didn't
yeah,
you
I
send
still
them
have them.
back with the rest of the people?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
headbands.
You
I
sent
kept
them with the
one in
crew,
my
right?
backpack.
They
I
had me
feel like
fly
we
them
did,
down.
yeah.
Yes,
Hmm
I
Yeah.
flew them
Yeah.
down to the
Yeah.
crew.
Yeah.
I
To the
kept
crew,
one
yeah.
in my backpack.
Oh, you did.
I did.
Okay. I mean,
I'm a
if you want.
sneak.
All
I'm
right,
a
that's fine.
purloiner. I'm not going to give
Yeah,
them
sure.
all up.
Okay, so it's secret though, so you're not going to whip it out to compare. So
I
won't
will.
tell you. All right.
Oh, look
I
at
thought
this.
I thought Vanessa said those jewels were sapphires on those headbands. No.
No, I said that if actually didn't say it, but the jeweler offered us a sapphire to bring back his lost stone.
I see.
No, they were all different colors. They were at least the lights that coming
Yeah.
from the headbands were different colors.
See,
That's
well, I
right, yeah.
happen to have a headband with me.
Yeah, you guys never really took a long time to look at the headbands. You just kind of looked at them quickly and then kind of shoved them. You got nervous and got rid of them. Well, except for Buddha, of course.
Yeah.
All right, so you notice a few things as you're looking at them. Number one, these are not the same kind of stones. They're too big. And number two, they're flashing different colors, but when they're not flashing a color, they're actually dull and colorless. In fact, I think somebody already rolled and knew what this corundum is. That what it's called, corundum? They're actually made of corundum. The 5 stones that are in the headbands are corundum, and then they're glowing through some kind of a light through the back of them. Some kind of magical light is turning on, like rotating through, changing the colors.
Well, these. Oh, go ahead.
You also, I mentioned this last time, but just we have everything in one spot. Also, at the end, like where they were, like where the temples were, they're bloody because you pulled them out of somebody's head, but there's like wires.
Right.
That's right. Oh, well, now we know why they stole the jeweler's stone or his rock. Because they're making these headbands out of that material, or at least the stones.
Yeah,
True.
that makes sense.
They must have someplace where they're processing it though, because he said he uses the corundum to polish, I believe. Yes, abrasive is used for sanding and polishing.
So what were
So-
these, Callista?
Oh, these are corundum. They're not particularly valuable.
No.
They're made to. They're used primarily to make other things look more valuable than they actually are.
I see.
But whatever these odd green gems are here, these are not corundum.
Oh, well, that's what I was talking about.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, no, I have no idea what these green gems are. But I'll keep them and study them later.
Okay. Shall we move on?
Yes.
Certainly.
Yeah, so you're more or less in the center of this room. As I said, it's big, so you could explore more of the room if you'd like. I'm breaking it into quadrants to make it easier. So you kind of explored the center part with the 3 grates. You could explore this northern part of the room or the southern part of the room, or I guess you could leave. You don't have to explore the room. You don't see any of the doors though, at least not visible.
Well, I think we should keep looking around. I don't think we should leave yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, which
We're
would
here.
mark this as the first room that you've been in that doesn't have any like more than one door. This is the only way in that you can see so far. Or out.
Well, maybe we should try to travel to the walls and explore the edge of the room. Make sure there are no other doors.
Sounds like a wise idea. Basil sniffs around. He's like, and he pulls out a small book and flips through and says, this is most redolent. And he follows his nose basically uh,
Oh,
towards
Basil.
towards the place that's the strongest in fragrance.
The most redolent. Okay.
Yeah, whatever is causing this very sweet smell.
Okay. Yeah, it's more towards the southern part of the room. So yeah, you start to move forward over there. Roll a d6 for me.
5.
Okay, yeah. You notice that there's some bushes with some various lotus, and just as you're kind of about to step near it, you notice right by your foot black lotus, which people in Hyperborea know black lotus is incredibly deadly poison. So had you had rolled a 1 or a 2, you would be dying right now. So you
Yeah.
are lucky that you did not. So you see some lotus there. It's black lotus is valuable, but it is dangerous. If you try to harvest it, there'll be a chance you release the spores.
Yeah, he holds up his hand and goes like this. Hold. I recognize this foul lotus. Stay away from it. It's black lotus. I've seen it I've confiscated some cargo in the past. They're very dangerous.
Yes, lotus is not something to mess with, especially during the fire festival in Xambaala.
Exactly.
End up with snake men that way.
That's exactly what happens.
So you're saying if we're careful and we're collecting it, it might be valuable to have later.
Yeah, but it's not worth it. The reason why we're here is to rescue those missing people, isn't it?
That's correct.
Yep.
Yes.
It'd be very dangerous, Muda. Like,
And the way that people use this thing, it's not something that I would support at all. It's poison.
I won't argue with you.
It's an instrument of assassins and criminals. Yeah, he steps away, heading in the other direction.
I understand, Muda. I've been known to visit the Temple of Rel in my time, but this is we don't want to inhale spores.
Yeah, here's the picture of Black Lotus in the book.
Well,
there we go.
Well, I've heard that there are magic users before that use Black Lotus to pull mana so that they can perform powerful rituals.
Indeed.
True enough. Well, here's an idea. If we were followed by a gigantic beast that we cannot fell, we could perhaps lead him in that direction, and we could shoot the Black Lotus from afar, and that may kill it.
Yeah.
Good idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, we should probably leave this area then.
Let's go to another wall.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Examine the north wall.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you head up to the north wall. I mean, you could try to harvest it, but again, it's very deadly. You would know that. Everybody knows about Black Lotus. It's not at your levels. You would definitely know it. All right. So you head towards the north. Go ahead. Roll me another d6. There you go.
I mean, at least it's not me or Tony, rolling.
That's true. Yeah.
I got 1.
Oh, all right. Well, you are pretty surprised as you're looking at the ground for any possible lotus to step on, which means you're surprised, so you can't. Unfortunately, your ready shooter won't function because it doesn't function if you're surprised. A patch of the vines that are on the wall, it seems like are a big kind of bush, suddenly comes up and vines kind of whip out and it reaches out and it's going to try to attack you.
Oh, man.
It is a giant vine monster. Nobody likes a giant vine monster, I gotta tell you. Everybody's together, so it won't just necessarily attack you, but I will roll randomly. I think it gets 2 attacks. Yes, it does. Okay, so first one, there's how many of you? 4? First vine attack is going to go after... after Pedesta. And the second one is going after Basil. All right, so against Pedesta, it's going to hit Yeah, armor class 0. I'm assuming that
Yeah.
hits.
Oh yeah.
And against Basil, that's armor class -4. Okay, so it hits both of you. It reaches out with its arms and it smacks you. Finesta, it does 1 + 2, so 3.
Okay.
And Basil, it does 1 + 1, 2. Wow. 2d8 damage. It does 3 and 2 points. You take 2 points of damage, guys. As this giant mound of weeds and flowers. There's like one little flower dangling right there at the lapel. Kind of swings around wildly and tries to kill you all.
Damage damage reduction negates the damage up to that level, correct?
That's correct. Yep.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So if you have, so it took 2 points against you. So if you have like 2 points of damage reduction, you take nothing.
Yep.
At 1 point,
That's
you
exactly what happened.
If you have 2 points, okay, yeah. So whack, it hits your armor and doesn't do any damage. Yeah. So this thing is flailing. It is big, very big, and it's lashing out with its vines. And yeah, what does everybody want to do? How about Callista? What would you like to do with this giant mound of vegetable stuff?
Casting. I'm going to cast Mirror Image.
Okay. Vanessa, what would you like to do with the giant mound of?
Get away from it.
Okay. You're just gonna just move. We're not gonna do anything else.
I'm gonna move. Try to get away from the reach of the tentacles.
Okay.
And then depending if I could do something in the second phase, maybe.
Well, you definitely can jump in second phase. What would it be?
Yeah. It'd be a spell.
Okay.
Flame. I'll do the flame blade.
All right. Muda, what's your plan?
Melee.
Okay. How about Basil?
Basil is going to try to move out of its range, and as he's backtracking, he's going to fire. So that's actually a marching fire.
Okay. Perfect. So let's roll initiative. I guess I'll go with Crystal because you're up at top.
Thanks.
Ooh, it got a 6.
We also got a 6. My
perfect,
dex. My dex is
go
a
ahead.
16.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say you definitely are more dexy than this thing. It's not, clearly a giant mound of roots is not very dexy. So you guys are gonna go first. So melee happens first, which would be Muda. So go ahead and make your melee attack.
AC 4, damage 3.
AC 4 misses.
Ow.
Yeah.
Maybe run. Yeah, time to go.
You cut into it, but it's so weedy.
Yes.
Now
Now I remember why I don't miss home.
Right. Okay. But you're gonna. So how's the marching thing? You don't get to shoot now. You shoot second phase. Or do you shoot the?
I think he does half movement, and he takes -2 for the penalty.
Right.
And
and then shoots in the first phase, or you shoot in the second phase?
He shoots once in the first phase and the second in the second phase. Let me double check real quick.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. While you check that, I will just have the spells go off here. So that would be Callista.
Callista pulls from one of her pouches this vial, and there's an almond floating in a substance. It's actually vinegar, though no one would actually know that. And she pulls the tab as she chants some magical words, and she quickly downs the almond with the vinegar. And as she does so, let's see, how many mirror images is it again up here? 1d4 plus 1 mirror images will appear. So that's, two mirror images appear.
Nice.
And during second phase, she's going to use, she can do half movement. So in her second phase, she's going to try and move back half movement.
Okay. Sounds good.
I got it. One missile into phase 1, second missile in phase 2.
Okay, so go ahead, shoot one missile.
Okay.
Phase 1.
it's a double shot, so there's an
double shot,
additional -2. Yep. So here we go.
Lots of negatives, but worth it for the damage.
Ooh, nice.
Yep. Did it show up?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay.
What did it?
AC 0, damage 7.
AC 0
Well done.
Nice.
Yahoo.
hits.
Because if AC 0 doesn't hit, I'm definitely running.
I was gonna
Uh,
say yes.
Okay. Total damage is 7.
I
Yes, sir.
was gonna say we're gonna have some problems.
Yeah, the arrow sinks, into the you can see it sticking. Oh, the 2 arrows kind of sticking out the side of the weed. It's got lots of holes and stuff in it, so you definitely damaged it, but it doesn't look like it slowed it down much, if at all. But yes, you hit it. Okay, now it's turn, and then we'll go in the second phase. So it's lashing out. Again, I'll just roll randomly. Everybody's still... No, actually, Pedestal moved. So Pedestal's the only one that's not close enough to move. So I'll roll I'll just roll 2d6, and I'll figure out who it's attacking. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So Muda, and then... Bez also moved. So actually, it can only be one or the other. So both attacks are against Muda. Yeah, you definitely hate... Now you know why you didn't move.
Exactly.
Oh, but that probably doesn't hit with a 2 on the die, but the 10 I'm sure it does. Let me just see what the 2... If the 2 hits you, you're definitely in trouble. AC 8? No, right?
I'm AC 6, so
Okay, so no, so it only hit you once, which is good, because if it hit you twice, that's not a good thing. Oh, now it's doing damage. Okay. So 10 points of damage.
okay. Just a
Yeah,
flush.
it whacks you pretty hard as you get you swung at it. It kind of cut into some of its sister leaves, but then it didn't do much else. Okay, then there's no melee in the second part. Missile, which is Basil. Go ahead, shoot your second arrow at it.
Right.
Come on, Basil.
How far away am I from the creature?
Well, half your movement.
Is it still within 30 feet?
Oh yeah, for sure. I don't think your movement is. You're in plate,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Are you in full plate or field plate? Doesn't
I'm
matter,
in
same timber.
full plate. No,
Yeah, so
not full plate. Regular plate. Yeah, plate.
Yeah,
plate.
you only moved back 10 feet, so you're like 20 feet away from it at the most.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Blank. Here we go.
Oh, nice.
Oh wow. Okay, there you go. That's how we do damage. Hold on. Okay, no, the green isn't. That means max damage, not green card. Okay. All right. Yep. Arrow sinks into it deeply. It doesn't seem to be affecting it too much, so as it's still. I mean, this is a big creature. It's large. It's probably like 12 feet tall. So it's got a lot of meat behind it. Then magic spells go off. So Panessa's sword lights up.
Yep, I take out my hilt.
Yeah. And then our moving character. Did you want to move back as well, Muda? Or, I mean, it's going to move forward clearly. You guys all backed up.
No, I was pretty much planning on staying put.
Okay.
Oh,
Unless he's moving forward. If he's encroaching on me, then I will try to.
He's within 10 feet of you and fighting you, yeah. No, just everybody else backed off, so you're basically going to be the only...
Yeah, Basil's gonna say, Muda, move out of its range of its vines. He's gonna say.
I turn around and say, "What?"
Okay, that's
Move
fine.
back! He yells.
All right, so that's fine. So
I'll
phase
move.
2. Okay. All right, do you want to make... So you can make a half move.
I'll make a half move.
And second... So, and you are... I mean, everybody else's movement is 40, right? Except for our heavy armor guy. So you can move back 20 feet. So you're about 30 feet away from it now. So technically, the closest person to it now is Bass. Even though you're the first one to move back. All right, anyways. So what's everybody's plan? Currently, Callista, Penesta, and Muda are about 30 feet away from this creature as it's swinging its vines. Basil's about 20 feet away. What does Callista want to do? The many Callistas. What's your plan, Cluster? Oh, can't hear you.
Can't hear you, Crystal.
Sorry, I got to get used to this. Did it move forward? Because she moved back like 20 feet.
It has not moved forward yet because it hasn't gone.
Okay. And Buddha's in front of it?
No.
Oh,
Buddha,
okay. They're not.
Anesta
Okay.
and you have moved back to 30 feet away. Currently, Basil's 20 feet away from it. So you've all moved back.
Okay, all right. Callista is going to pull out her crossbow in the first round, and she'll shoot at it in the second.
All right, in phase 2. Okay, perfect. Penesta?
I want to throw oil at it in the first round and light the oil up with my flame blade in the second phase.
All right,
can't
you're
do
gonna have to take the oil out though, so it's gonna take an entire round if you want to do that because you don't have oil.
I do
want
want to. Yeah, no,
okay.
I want to do that. Yeah.
All right, so you can pull the oil out and throw it in the second phase.
Okay, that's fine.
Buddha, what's Buddha's plan?
Stashing sword and getting out bow and shouting, "We should leave this room."
Yeah. Okay, fine. And Basil, what's your plan?
Firing March as before. He's going to backtrack at half movement and fire at it while he's retreating.
Okay, so you gotta shoot out the door. Okay. All right, Crystal, bring on the initiative. Oh my God, got 6 again. Look, that's not the damage dice.
2.
Ah, okay. Let me see what it can do. It can actually move and it can make a charge attack. So yeah, it's gonna rush forward to Basil, who's the closest thing to it, and try to whack him. Well, Basil has good armor class, so probably not. That's a 10, which hits AC 0. And a 12, which is -2. Does AC 0 hit you?
Yeah, AC 0 hits me. His
All right.
AC without the shield is 1.
Ah, okay. So you got whacked twice, which again is not a good thing. 5 and 4, so 9 points. And then do your damage reduction to that.
Yep.
And the second hit is only 5 points. And you can damage reduction that one separately because it's 2 attacks. So
Okay.
9 and then 5. However, because I hit you twice, I think it's changing your plans. Let's see. If both attacks strike the same target, the victim is entangled by the roots. So yeah, you're basically you're like sucked in, and you believe at this point, obviously you're not going to use a bow, that if you do not free yourself within a certain amount of time, you will very likely suffocate and die. And that is a extraordinary feat of strength to break free. Okay, so that is not good. But on a positive note, that's all it's doing. Okay, so there's lots of switching gear first phase, but that doesn't actually matter because, well, actually, if you want to change what you're doing and try to break out or do something different, Basil, you can certainly do that. Because clearly you can't shoot the bow and retreat since you're being held by the creature. Did you want to break out?
He's gonna drop the bow and take out, use his sword, long sword, to try to cut through the vines.
All right, so you're gonna keep jabbing at it. Okay.
Yeah.
You can do that. But it's so again that'll happen second phase because you got to draw the weapon. So everybody grabs their new stuff, and then we go melee, which is I guess only Basil. So go ahead and make an attack with the sword. I mean, you're just like holding it, like half swording it. So I won't give a penalty to hitting because it should be easy to hit it because it's holding you. But I'm going to say that you won't be able to use your strength bonus because you can't really swing the sword properly, like forward damage. Mom, Basil. No. You're not as good with the sword. Yeah. You draw the sword and you're just trying to jam it. You see this, you guys see the sword, he's cutting away like pieces, but you can tell that it's like other vines that have grown into this creature and he's not actually cutting the creature at all. As we come into missile, which would be Ballista. This thing's big, so you don't have to worry about hitting Basil.
Okay, all right. Well,
I mean,
okay. If I If I wanted to do a spell instead at this point, is it too late or?
Yes, I think so because you already. No, you
Okay.
can do that because you can move the first one. You can do that, yeah. But you have something in your hands. You're literally gonna have to drop the crossbow onto the ground if you want to do a spell.
Yeah, that's what she'll do because,
Okay.
yeah, I mean,
That's fine.
she can tell
But
he's in trouble. I'm gonna guess, right?
yeah, for sure. Because of that though, just that slight hesitation, we're gonna have the Mu to go first because he has a missile weapon, and
Yep,
also
no problem.
Vanessa is also throwing a missile, and the best investigation. Never mind. But Mu is definitely using a bow, so
Yep.
that's the most clear cut thing happening.
Yep, that's fine.
There's a lot of.
AC 9.
Oh yeah, no, that doesn't hit shit. Vanessa, did you want to throw the oil still at this thing?
Little roast basil
Yeah, and I want to throw it kind of
or
at.
basil.
Yeah. Well, it's a big thing, though, right?
Sure.
No, I still.
Yeah,
I
I mean, assuming that Basil gets let go before the fire gets to him, it'll be fine.
I don't want to hurt Basil.
Well, these are the chances we take.
Yeah, I'm still gonna throw the oil at it.
All right. God, I can never find that. I know it's supposed to be like AC 8 or something. So just go ahead and throw it. Make a missile attack. Unless it's
Okay.
really terrible, you'll hit it because it's huge and it's just standing there.
11.
What does that hit?
Oh, sorry, I forgot what game I was playing for a second.
Oh,
AC 4.
oh yeah, it definitely hits. Yeah, I think it's like
Yeah.
AC 11 or something, or it's like AC 8 or something like that. For creatures that are just standing there, I'm not gonna bother looking up. Yeah, you hit it and the oil. We'll say the oil breaks.
Okay.
Why not? Okay, that's fine. So now it's covered in oil, and now your spell goes off.
Yeah,
Cool.
she really didn't want to have to do this, but you know, seeing as how our friend is in trouble and everything, she takes from one of her pouches 3 silver pins, and she begins to say a chant, and she prods the silver pins into her hand and casts Summon Demon 1. And she's gonna summon a Defender Demon. It will arrive 1 round after the spell is cast and will perform the task that she designates it.
Well, this is a new one. What's it called? Summon Demon 1?
Summon Demon.
Yeah,
1.
Summon Demon 1, page 211.
Oh, yeah.
I roll
I'm
a d6 to
So glad
determine.
you took that spell.
I roll a d6 in order to determine which kind of demon and how many appear.
There's a chance for us one or more unless demons from the underworld. Demons will arrive 1 round after the spell's cast, so if form the test cast, which dead or alive, they will either disappear or turn on the caster. Okay. When the casting a spell, the sorcerer must state his chance to choice. Okay. Defender, okay, that's fine. It summons a random demon to assault the sorcerer's enemies, so that's pretty cool. Or no, okay. If the standard chance of betrayal applies, okay. If the stated target is defeated, the stated chance. So I guess if it's not defeated, then there's no chance of betrayal. That's good. Sweet. Okay. Well,
I would think if it's not defeated, we're probably dead, and it doesn't matter at that point.
well, yeah. Well, because it can't defeat, it can't betray you until it completes its task. So it's
Yeah.
not defeated. But hold on, though. It stays for 6 rounds. I know.
Yeah, 6 rounds. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, that's fantastic. It'll come next round, so I got to figure that out
Well,
too. To account. Yep.
I roll a d6 to determine, right?
Which well, we'll do that when it comes.
Oh, okay.
It's not there.
Well,
Just so we can. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Why not?
No, I rolled a d6. No, it doesn't matter. I'll do it again. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Oh, if you already did, that's fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
I was
I'll
just
just
gonna do
use
that
that roll next time. Yeah, I'll just use that roll next time.
Cool. It'll come in a round. So not next round, at the end of next round, because you cast it at the end of the round.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I think that's everything. So what's our plans here for this next follow-up round? Callista, what's your plan now? There's a demon coming. So what do you want to do besides that?
My plan is to pick up my crossbow, and then when the demon comes, immediately tell it to attack that plant.
Okay, fair enough. Nesta, what's your plan with you got this thing half covered in oil
Yeah,
and a
I
flaming
want to
sword in
touch
your
the
hand?
flame. Yeah, I want to set it on fire.
You want to run it forward and light it on fire? Okay. How
I
about
do,
Muda
Missile.
Missile? What's your plan there, Basil? You're feeling a little breathless.
I got a quick question for you. Is it
Yep.
extraordinary tests of strength or just
Yep.
tests of strength?
Extraordinary.
So that'll be like feat of strength, right?
That's right. Extraordinary feat of strength,
Okay.
which is the one that you probably don't have a very good chance of doing.
Yeah. Only
Unfortunately.
8%.
Yeah. Well, you remember you're a fighter, so you get a bonus 8 to that. So 16.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna try and cut himself free again because he's got like 2 attacks this round and he's considered prone.
Okay, but you're just gonna attack with the sword. Okay, fair enough. All
Yep.
right, so melee. All right, Crystal. Initiative.
Okay.
Oh, now I got a 1, so now it's got 2 6s in a row. I switched
4.
dice. 4. All right, you guys gonna go first. Okay, so melee goes first. Which would be Vanessa. I'm just going the order I have it here.
Okay.
Go ahead, and you gotta hit it with the sword, obviously.
So that hits armor class 0.
That hits.
Okay.
All right, do some flame blade damage, and then we'll add
Flame
some
blade
damage for the oil as well.
Okay. Just make sure I'm doing this right here. Yeah, 1d10. 8. No. Yes.
Okay. You hit it with the flaming sword, and the sword actually like almost flickers out.
Oof.
And the oil actually just like goes just like fades away. You see black smoke. And it does not seem to have damaged it at all. Even though you clearly hit it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Kind of free basil and run.
Yeah. Okay. That's Basil. Make your double attack against this thing that's choking you out. Come on, Basil. Nope, neither one hits. Okay. Missile, right?
Yep.
Yep. Muda. Lay some arrows into this thing.
Nope.
No, but you get 2 shots though, no?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
AC
Also
1.
misses. Nope. Its
No.
AC is 0. Now it's got AC 0. This is tough. This is a
Oh.
tough bad guy. This is a very tough bad guy. Luckily, there's a demon coming. And let's say Cluster picks up her thing, then the demon shows up. Let's see. So what kind of demon is it?
Okay, so I rolled a 1, so it's a lesser demon class 1, and then I can get up to 2 of them. So I'll do odd even. So even. So 2 lesser demon class 1 show up. Page 325. They can do 1 attack. They have 1 hit die of HP, and they do
Okay,
1d4 damage.
You can run them. Just go ahead and make attacks with them.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So they show up, and Callista says, "Attack that plant monster!" And they run over to attack it. So the first one will attack. They have 1 hit die. I don't know what 1 hit die monsters hit, but I doubt they hit anything with a 9 and an 8.
No, they're going to need a 19 to hit.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
Well, they'll at least distract it, maybe.
Yeah. Well, yeah. There's more things for it to get attacked. Okay. So I think that's it. Now it's its turn. Even it's crushing. Of course, but it's got multiple vines. So it's going to try to lash out at the demons. I guess that's the only thing close to it. So let's see. What's the demon's armor class?
Armor class
Yes,
6.
Okay, both of them get hit. First one for 4 and so 5 points of damage. I guess you'll have to roll its hit dice. It gets D8 for hit points. So the first one takes 5 points.
Okay, one of them's dead.
And the other one, it takes 9, so it's definitely dead.
Yep.
Yeah.
Both of them are dead.
Yeah. Well, but it saved you guys getting attacked this round, so that's a good sign. As we come into the next round, you're now realizing that this thing is pretty strong and seems to be not hurt by fire.
Okay.
What does everybody want to do? Callista, what's your plan? Oh no.
I'm guessing we're not going to be able to suffocate this one.
It doesn't
No.
have an obvious mouth, no.
I don't know what to do.
I don't think it does anyways. Let me just check. I'm pretty sure it does not have a mouth.
No, I
Well-
already would have busted that out, I think.
Well, you know what? I mean, no, I don't think so. I mean, the picture makes it look like it has a mouth, but I don't think these things have mouths.
It's not like Audrey 2.
No. It's like a big pile of.
All right.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
That would be.
Well, plus
Mystery.
it doesn't breathe. It doesn't breathe that way. No, it doesn't have lungs. I mean, it's a plant. It basically breathes through plant breath.
Right.
Means whatever that is. Yeah, I'm just looking at the books. They're any different. No, the one that's in the module is exactly the same as in the one book. Okay, yeah. So what's the plan, Callista? Your friend is being choked out.
She's going to re-drop her crossbow, and she's going to... Oh, I can't move and then cast a spell, right? I have to cast a spell and then move.
That's correct. No. Yeah.
I think okay. She's gonna put her crossbow. She's gonna like throw her crossbow like across her back or whatever, like putting it away, and then she'll like move forward to her friend, to Basil.
To what end? Do you want to try to pull him out? Or...
On the next round, she's gonna try and cast a spell on him, but I can't move and then cast a spell in one round, so. So I'm just putting my crossbow away this time, and then I'm gonna move up to prepare to cast a spell on him.
Fair enough.
And
okay.
I guess just hope it doesn't grab me.
Right, exactly. But not.
Yeah, if I see that the fire has no effect, if I use the whip and throw that to Basil, can I help try to bust him out of this thing?
Yeah,
I give him
you
any
can
help
add
at all?
any extraordinary feats of strength are added together. So you would add your 8% to his.
That's what I can think to do, because I just want to kind of get him and run. So that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. Muda.
Missile.
Okay. Initiative, Crystal.
Am I choked? Am I?
Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. Did I
conscious?
already ask? No. I'm sorry. Muda. For some reason, I thought I had asked you already. What's Muda doing?
Basil, right? So
Basil, yeah.
Basil, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, he's gonna try to cut that vine, and he's gonna say, "Cut this vine, cut this vine," and he's gonna yell that to the other members of the party, and he's gonna try to sever it.
Okay. I mean,
That's
you're
okay.
essentially you can imagine there's 100 vines wrapped all over your body. There's not a single vine, and every time you cut one, a new one. You basically, the way you got to break out is just using a feat of strength. You can't vine you cut. Essentially, you've been cutting vines, and every time you've missed because it just doesn't.
I gotcha.
But yeah, however you want to imagine it. But if you want to try to break out, then we'll use the extraordinary feat of strength, and
Okay.
of course, Pedestal will help you.
All right.
Yes.
I got a quick question for you then.
Yeah, go ahead.
His ability score gives him 8, and because he's a fighter or a fighter subclass, he gets extra 8. Is that correct?
That's right.
So
That's right. Yep.
So the
You-
feat
yeah.
of strength is 16 plus. She's going to be giving him extra 8 on top of that.
That's correct.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So you have 24.
Okay. All right. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Better than
Okay.
16.
So
Yeah.
so that's pretty good. Not bad. All right. Let's do this. Initiative, Crystal. Do we roll initiative?
2. I rolled a 2.
5. Okay. Okay, it's gonna go first, unfortunately. All right, so that's one more round of choking. At least it doesn't do damage while it's choking you. It's going to now swing. Oh, you haven't moved forward yet. I'm gonna say it's not gonna do anything. It can't do anything. There's nothing to attack because you guys are too far away. And I'm gonna say when it's holding you, it can't really attack anything. So it won't attack till phase 2 when you run forward. Okay, so missile will happen for. Well, actually, I guess the whip is melee. So you'll whip the melee around him. or whip around him, and Basil, you can try to pull yourself out with a 24%.
Yeah, try and pull him.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to actually hit him because you can just swing it over there and he'll grab it.
Okay.
So 24%, let's see if you can get out of this thing. You got this.
Failed. 34.
Okay. Yeah, you guys are yanking. It just isn't happening. Missile. Buddha.
No.
Yeah, okay. And then you move forward, I guess.
I do.
All right. Yeah, you move forward, and now it's going to try to attack you because you can move forward.
Yeah.
Okay. 5. 5 hits armor class 5.
Oh yeah, it hits me.
Oh, yeah. That's true. You probably have and 15. Okay, so you also got hit twice. So you are also entangled.
Oh great. Awesome. I'm about to die.
Probably running forward wasn't the best idea. 10 points of damage.
That brings me to 0.
Oh, that's also interesting. Okay. So yeah, you get grabbed by this thing. All right. Crap. Okay. Have to do a separate countdown for you. Okay. It doesn't seem to be crushing you as much, probably because it knows you're unconscious. It just kind of holds you on the side. And that's that round.
Wait. I had my
Mirror
magic
images.
mirror up. Yeah, my mirror
Yeah.
images.
That's right.
I was like, wait a sec.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Good. You're right. So the magic, it automatically hits the mirror image, right?
It has a chance. I have 2 of them up, so there's a 1 in 3 chance of hitting me.
Okay. Let me try. Okay. The first one hits the mirror, and then the other one's half 50-50.
Yeah, so it'd be a half a chance.
Okay. So actually, both of them hit the mirror. So you do not get it at all.
Oof.
Both your mirrors go down. Well, just so you remember that. I was like, oh
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
That's why you ran up, because you had a mirror image. Okay, yeah. So basically, you're standing there with the crossbow, and these 2 vines come out, and they go and scoop both your mirror images up, and then the thing doesn't know really what to do.
All right.
It's so weird. Oh, you know what? It can actually, I think, can only. You know what? It doesn't. In the book, it says that it tries to walk away with the creature. So to actually, it can only hold one of you. So it's, I know, in a sense, it could not have done that anyways. So it actually can't make any more attacks while it's holding on to Young's character. So it's just standing there. Well, it's trying to walk away, but there's nowhere to go.
Yeah.
It's like, leave me alone, man. Leave me alone. It's trying to just move into the corner.
I just want to play with my toy.
Right. It literally just crawling into the corner to just consume Basil. So it can't do anything except for choke out Basil until whatever. So we don't have to worry about initiative. Well, I guess we do because it's the order in which he takes damage, but otherwise it doesn't matter. So it went first. It does nothing. So no, actually, you don't lose your mirror images either, which might become relevant later because it cannot have attacked you. Okay.
Yes.
Sorry about all that confusion, but now we know how the monster works better.
It's all good. I'm just glad I'm still alive.
Right, exactly. All right, so it won initiative, right?
Last time it did, yes.
Okay, so and then this time this was the end of the round, so it won, but then it went last because it couldn't do anything until you moved forward.
Right.
Okay, so now we're into the next round. Is what I want to say. All right, next round. Callisto, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna cast Enlarge.
Oh, nice. On yourself?
I'm gonna try and cast it on Basil.
Oh, nice, badass. Panesta?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just keep trying to pull him out, trying to help.
Okay. Amuda?
Well, clearly arrows aren't working. I'm going to wade back in there and start hacking again.
Okay, with the sword. Okay. And Basil, what's your plan?
Same as before.
I'm
I'm gonna try to break out of there. Yeah.
Okay.
Same chance, right?
Let me look at it in large. That might give you a bonus. Although technically, what you're doing is melee, but I'll let it happen after. Nope, that's entangled, not enlarged. I looked at it, it was like, plants and underbrush. What? Oh, okay. Induce a natural growth and 1.5 times the size. Oh, 50% damage. Doesn't say anything about it, but if you do an extra 50% more damage, It doesn't actually say. So I'll give you a double. I'll double your chance to break the break because that's not double. You'll have 50% more chance. So you'll have 36% chance once you're enlarged, right? 24 plus half. 24 is 36, right?
Yes.
Cool.
Mhm.
Yep.
All right. I'll let you do that first, just because I'm nice. I'm the nicest person in the world. So yeah, you just do it in phase 2. It doesn't actually matter. So, but the melee, and you have to move forward, so it all happens in phase 2. So spell goes off, you get enlarged, and go for it. 36%. Break out of this thing.
Just rolled success.
Yes. Oh, and that actually
Uh,
helped, right? Because you wouldn't have made otherwise. Yeah, you smash out of it like the Hulk. Yeah, your armor is kind of torn. The straps on your armor snap because only you get big, not the rest of it.
Oh no.
Mhm.
So yeah, you like your straps like crack and you get race to bust out of this thing. I mean, you're only getting 1.5 times the size of you, so it doesn't like explode, but like you're definitely like it's like like an adult wearing a child size shirt as you bust out of this thing. Good.
I just wanted to say that my casting material that I used
All right, go.
was butter. Was butter. I pulled some butter out and rubbed it between my hands, and then like slap it on them.
And that is gross, but
Nice.
awesome. Yeah. You're like, is butter going to help me? Then you go, you kind of rip out of this thing. Go ahead and make your melee attack, Muda. No.
You were doing
Hey.
better with the bow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
I
are.
think we should run now.
Yep. Now that he's gone, or he's free.
You are free currently, yes, and this thing is it does not very happy. Although you got bigger, so you seem like a more tasty morsel. Okay, that's the end of that round, and he's free. So, what's everybody doing?
Running.
Running for the exit.
Okay. Everybody roll a d6 because you know that I like to do this. Let me know if anybody gets a 1.
Nope.
No.
Okay, no, you notice.
Every
Actually, it makes sense actually that it was you that saw it. When you were pushed face first into this thing, in the kind of the center mass of it, you saw 3 gems that were glowing, and they were kind of like shifting and floating in the interior of the creature. But yeah, so you get ripped free, and what's everybody gonna do? What's up? What's Cluster doing?
She's gonna back up and pull her crossbow again.
Okay, so you're not gonna retreat. You're just gonna go like half step back. You're not leaving the room.
Oh, I mean, is everyone else running?
I don't know. Are they?
I'm running.
If everyone else is running, she'll run.
Okay, so you're running. Nesta, you're running, I guess.
Yep.
All right. How about Muda?
I'm moving quickly, yes.
Okay, yes. And Basil?
Basil is gonna do fighting retreat.
Okay. You're gonna run back? Okay. Yeah, I mean, as long as you
Melee.
win initiative. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna attack it, or you're just gonna take off? Yeah.
It's fighting retreat, so he's gonna be able to attack it and take steps back at the same time.
Okay. At half your speed.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay,
And
fair enough.
he's gonna be wielding his other sword too.
Well, you had a bow out, so which is probably on the ground.
Okay. Well, he's gonna be.
Yeah.
He's gonna pick that up then. Yeah.
Right. So yeah, do you want to draw swords and attack this thing, or do you want to pick up the bow? How do you want to do it?
He's gonna
Can't do
pick
all
up.
of that.
He's gonna pick up the bow and he's gonna run.
Okay. Crystal initiative. Yeah, having a bow is probably useful to you. I don't want to lose that.
1.
Oh
Oh
God.
my god.
Oh no. Well, at least you're all there now, so it kind of plays out.
Oh.
Because even Muda went forward. You're doing this as a group. It makes sense. Okay.
Yes.
All right, here we go. I mean, actually, having Mori up there is probably good because there's less chance that one person will get hit twice. Okay, so the first attack is going to go against Muda. And the second.
Plus, I have my
against...
mirror image.
Right. And the all right, no, that's true. Yeah, I'll count that as, well, there's 2 of those, so I'll do a d6. All right, we'll redo that. I'll do it this way. Okay, so one of your mirror images gets hit, and then also Basil. Well, attacked. We'll say. Well, the mirror image gets hit, so that's dead. But Basil, actually, it probably actually misses.
AC1.
Yeah,
AC1.
that might actually miss you, believe it or not. It only rolled a 2, which hits only AC 8. So it does not hit you. So there you go, and you can all run, and you're all faster than it. Even. Well, you're near the same speed as it with your 20 movement, but you're also big now, so I'll say moving slightly faster. Yeah, you guys can retreat out of the room now. Of course, unlike the other rooms, the door here is stuck, so it doesn't close. But you run out into that slanted hallway that's very hard to traverse. So yeah, you guys gonna try to run up the hallway? These slanted
How
hallway
fast
that's
is
hard to
it?
traverse. You don't know. It hasn't moved really, but you don't imagine
Okay.
it's very fast.
If it's
Well, actually,
like,
that's not true. Actually, before you leave the room, because I just kind of jumped forward, technically you wouldn't know because you have to move 20, 40. You have to move 60 feet to get out of the room, so it actually takes you 3 rounds to get out of the room. And it's about as fast as you are, Basil. It's right behind you. Everybody else is in the hallway going, "Come on, Basil!"
because he's picking the stuff up and running, I guess he's probably about like 30 feet away from it, right?
No, you can't. You can't outpace it. It moves the same speed as you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's literally right behind you. I'm just allowing it not to attack you because you're enlarged, so I'm giving you a little bit more movement. It's literally the same speed as you, so you actually can't get away from it. Unless it stops. So it's right behind you. But everybody else gets to the door before you do because everybody else moves at 40, so they actually get there in 2 rounds. So if anybody wants to missile attack this thing or whatever, or do something else while it's following Basil, or unless you want to keep running, it's up to you guys.
I'll
do
attempt to
something else.
missile. I'll attempt to missile it, and hopefully it'll fall back.
Okay.
I had taken out my crossbow, I believe, so.
Yep, you did. Or if you want to do something else, you guys can.
Okay, so I hit AC 0 for 3 damage.
Nice. Yep, the crossbow bolt sits into it. It doesn't seem to have done much damage, but it definitely.
Muda, you should get a crossbow. They're much easier to shoot.
Did Pedestal want to do any single action at the door while you're waiting for Basil to catch up?
No.
Okay, you're just waiting. Okay, how about Muda?
I'm looking at those things that I twisted on the door and hoping that if I untwist them, maybe the door will close.
Unhotwire? Is that a thing?
I would like
Basil,
to unhotwire.
Basil continues to run, but he's gonna say out loud, "I don't think it's gonna like the cold outside of that room. So just keep shooting at it. I think I could probably keep it busy." And he's still running towards you guys, but at a very sluggish speed.
Right, you're like you're like carrying shit in your hands, and you're like, all right, no, this is interesting. You want to try to wait till it gets like till Basil runs through, and then try to close the door on it.
Yeah.
All right, that seems awesomely epic. So why wouldn't you do that? Sure, I'll give you a chance to close it. Go ahead, and make your D12 roll. Yes, Basil runs through.
It's 7.
Well,
unfortunately,
run. Unfortunately, you had to wait till Basil got through. He was only 3 steps behind Basil. So, all right. Well, let's face you guys at the door. So I'm gonna give it a round, to attack y'all. Well, it's gonna have a chance, anyways. Crystal roll. What does everybody want to do? I'm assuming you're all gonna try to run up the tube.
Yeah, I'm gonna like run back again, like 40 feet.
Well, you're gonna try to run up the tube because that's gonna be down.
Yeah,
Remember I said I'm not gonna make you guys do anything on the tubes unless it was a problem.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, this is that time. So, is anybody doing anything but trying to run up the tube?
Yeah, Basil's gonna turn and say, I had enough. I'm gonna continue to fight it. You guys join in if you can. And he takes out both of his swords and he is going out, trying to face it.
Oh, nice. As the enlarged Basil is going to. Okay, where everyone else is running? Okay.
Yeah, well,
cool.
I guess.
All right, roll initiative.
Well, wait. If Basil's gonna try and fight it, then I'm gonna continue to shoot at it. Then.
Okay, well, you can't run and shoot because you have to climb.
No,
just with
yeah,
the run
I
out,
understand. I understand. But if
So you-
Basil is gonna try and fight it, then I'm not gonna leave him behind.
Yeah, I can't leave him behind. I'd have to pull out the boomerang.
Okay, how about Muda? Can you leave him behind?
A fool and his party are soon parted.
He'll just come back for the loot after. All right, so we're going to go ahead and roll initiative, Crystal. We'll sort this out. Man, he kind of won, so. All right, you're going to go first. All right, well, it's at the door right behind. The door doesn't close. So Basil bravely yells out. He's going to stay and takes his 2 swords, turns around and attacks. Go for it. Make your own melee attack.
Okay. Does he receive any bonus to hit or not at all?
No, but you do 1.5 times damage.
Okay.
Being enlargement. Yeah.
Okay, hold on a second. Let me just adjust the damage just in case.
I just realized that range is not touch. It's actually 5 feet per caster level. So I could have cast it a while ago.
Oh, cool.
Well, now we know.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Give me one moment, sir.
Yeah, we could just do a regular and we could do math in our heads because we are RPG people. We can do math.
I just like to see the result right there and then.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
All right, let's do it.
So, primary weapon. Here we go. Bam. Secondary weapon. Here we go.
Well. Oh, no, that red means the nat 1. Yeah, okay. So, but you did 11.5 damage with the first.
Yeah.
So 11. All right, that hits the 11. So hold on, let me do that first. So. Okay, that cut into it a bit. But then you, yeah, go ahead and roll a d12 to see what happens with the second one. Luckily, it was the second one. And you're a fighter, so. 2. All right, that's just a bad miss. It's just embarrassing. Embarrassing attack attempt. Worthy ridicule. But I feel like that nobody's going to ridicule you for that. You've been being suffocated by this rope creature shambling thingy. Okay, so was anybody else meleeing? No, everybody else. Oh, what's Muda doing? Are you you're running, right? Or are you going to stay?
Yes.
Okay,
Well, yes.
Okay. You're running up the top. Yeah, I mean, you can always run back, but that was your initial plan.
That was my initial.
So,
yes.
Yeah, it's not like you had a lot of time to talk about it. Right. Everybody's like, let's run. And then he says to stay, and then nobody runs but Mood. So, okay, you got to make it just a test of dexterity. Otherwise, you're going to roll back down.
A test of dex. Okay.
Yeah, test of dex. That should be easy for you.
A success.
All right, yeah. So you're able to make it. You actually make it all the way back to the other room because it's only like 25 feet, I think. Yeah, you make it up to the other room.
Yes.
And you can see the parties down the bottom fighting. Okay. All right, that's that. And you guys would go second phase because your missile weapon's out, Crystal, so you can go.
Yeah. I hit AC 5 for 2 damage.
Okay, nope, that doesn't do anything. That sticks in one of the extra vines. And then it's going to get to go, and then it'll be phase 2, and then you can throw the boomerang shit to pull it out.
Okay. Yep.
Let's see. Everybody but Mood is there, so I'll roll my d6 to see who it goes after. 2d6.
I also have 1 mirror image left.
Okay, well, 1 mirror image gets whipped and it's gone, and the other one is here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it's going out to Basil, which probably makes sense because you're creating the biggest target. Ooh, that's a 9. A 9 hits armor class 1, which hits you because you don't have your shield, right?
Yes.
So you get, yeah, so we get whacked because you're not using the shield because you're doing the awesome whip fighting thing. 4 and 1 is 5 points, but minus your defense.
Yep.
Okay, but it doesn't strangle you because it only hits you with 1.
Awesome.
Tentacle. And we're back to the top of the round. What is at the top? Callisto, what would you like to do? All your mirror images are gone.
She's gonna try and shoot it again.
Okay. I mean, you're probably like just barely in range that you can shoot with the crossbow. Like, if you want to go further away, you're gonna have to take a time to crawl up there. But I'll let you shoot from where you're at, though.
Well, okay, could I maybe like move adjacent? You know, like
Yeah,
to
I'm
the
saying
left.
what I'm saying is that if unless you make a dex check to crawl up the tube some, you're going to be in range so you can get whacked with this thing, even though you're using a crossbow. That's my point.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
understandable.
Okay. All right. How about Nesta? Same deal. Unless you make a check, you're going to still be close to it.
Well, I was gonna throw the boomerang. So
Yeah, but you could do that. But I'm saying if you don't want to move back or whatever, you could move back, but you'll have to make a check. Otherwise, you'll still be possibly attacked. I'm just making
yeah,
a point
I saw
Yeah,
her
even though
crossbow
you-
not hit. So yeah.
Yeah.
I'll still do the boomerang
there.
once.
All right, Basil. What's your plan?
He's gonna attack 3 times, twice with the
Nice.
primary and 1 time with
All
offhand.
right. All right. This is the tide of the battle is going to change. I can feel it. How about Muda? What you up to up there? You're at the top, and you look back, and everybody's at the bottom.
Yeah. I take this deep sigh at seeing that Basil has just gotten hit again. I grab my prayer wheel and I dash back down and do a power slide to Basil.
Nice.
Nice. Awesome. Okay. Initiative, Chris.
Okay.
2.
3.
All right, you guys got to go first. And melee happens first, so Basil, drop all those amazing attacks.
He's gonna go, yeah. 1, 2,
Nope.
3.
All 3 miss.
Oh, AC
Wow.
one misses
Yeah.
too?
It's AC
Wow.
is 0, yeah. Yeah, that's unfortunate too, because that AC 14, which of course missed, did 14.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're it's like you're Edward Scissorhands there, and you're like shaping it, but you're missing all the meat of it. Okay, so wow, all right, missile
Bad
fire.
Ginsu commercial.
Exactly. All right, Callista.
Shooting it with my crossbow. No, I do not hit
man.
it.
This thing is tough. Pedesta, bring it in with the magic boomerang.
All right. Yeah. No.
Oh man, nice. All right. Well, it
AC
swings
7.
out wildly with its and then of course you slide down with your power
My
slash.
prayer wheel.
Your prayer wheel. I'm about to do something, I guess. All right, so first attack goes against Basil, which makes sense. And you're glad that you slid down, Muda, because the second one goes after you.
Oh, yay.
Uh, Basil, I think that misses. AC 2, so it misses. And Muda. Oh, wow, it rolled a natural 1.
Oh,
Roll me a d12, Mike.
there we go. D12. Let's go. D12. 6.
6. Okay, drop weapon, which clearly I can't really drop a weapon. What should happen when we do drop weapon?
Doesn't it go like one above or something?
Yeah, it goes to the one below, I think, right? It goes the other way, not. Yeah. Result does not suit the situation. The referee can instructed shift the preceding result, which is just bad miss. So bad miss. Okay, so nothing.
It's a
It can't
bad
drop a weapon, so
miss.
yeah, so it just misses. You guys kind of
Yeah.
oh wait, it's gonna kill us.
Yeah. Like, does it get embarrassed and run away?
No, it does not. It's not very
Morale
thinking.
check, perhaps.
Hey,
Definitely
look, it dropped the vine. No, it's still attached.
not. At this point, it's currently winning. It thinks. Okay,
Yes.
so this is a big old thing. Sorry. So we did that. It made its attack. Was that the end of the round? It was, because everybody missed, right? Okay. Next
Yep.
initiative.
Yes.
Well, sorry, Callista, what's your plan?
I'm gonna shoot it again. Try to.
Nesta,
Yeah. Just try to throw.
Muda,
Spell.
Basil.
Melee.
All right, let's roll initiative there, Crystal. 1.
4.
All right, you guys are gonna go first. Melee happens first. Bring it home.
Oh
There you
yes,
go.
that's a max too. That's a max. Nat 20.
That's
That's 20.
20. You got a critical, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so roll a d6.
Okay, there we go.
You're a fighter.
D6. 5.
5. Triple damage.
Ooh, wow.
Nice.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. So it's 11 tripled. Well, actually, it's 11.5 tripled, which would be
Yeah.
33, 34 and a half, so 34. Okay. Yeah, that hurt it. Yeah, 34 and a half.
Wow.
This thing still has like 100 HP.
Oh, man.
I like that you did it, and I told you it. I told you to do the math. Come on.
Yep.
If you can't do the math, you guys are. Okay, so 34 and a half, which is
34.
34. Sorry, I'm doing math there. Okay. All right, it's still up. It's now very injured. You can tell because it's like you see parts of it like kind of flopping off, but it's still standing, even with that massive hit by the
Nice
giant
basil.
Basil. That's a epic. Okay, so then we had Missile. Callista. Let's see if you can do another 34 points of damage.
Oh, Callista. Sorry. I
Yep.
I
Yes,
knew
you
my
are
name.
Callista.
Yeah, I knew that. I was testing you guys to see if you
Oh,
remembered.
you hit them.
Uh,
Well, nice.
yeah. 2 points of damage. Woo.
Excellent. But you hit them. That's good. Yeah, it sinks
Yeah.
in deeply. Pedesta, bring it home.
And let's see what I can do here. Oh, 19. That hits armor class -4.
And it's
Yep. Okay. Don't do much damage, but 5 points.
okay.
At least I got a little bit.
Yeah. You got, well, slowly but surely you're hacking away at it. And finally our spell goes off. What kind of spell are you shooting there, Mood?
Yeah, I slapped my hand on his butt, and I say, Rel says you should fight harder and stronger, and he heals him for 2d8 for
Nice.
10 points.
Oh, there we
Nice. Now your
Nice.
hand has butter all over it.
go. Right. The enlarged spell for some reason required butter on the butt.
Yes.
All right, so
You just hear the prayer wheel whistling behind you.
all right. Okay, good. So that is everybody, right? And now it's its turn because you guys won initiative. Okay, so once again, it's going to. Oh, that's actually worked out well. The dude that it lost initiative because it's that can do it twice. Ooh. Uh-oh. Rel instructed you to go down there, but Rel is. Oh my God. That's a 20. But hold on, and then the other
Rel
one
has
is
Oh,
forgotten you.
no.
Yeah, so you just got hit twice. One of them is a crit. Monster crit. Let me roll a d6. Oh my God. I really like Muda.
Muda got hit?
Muda got hit twice. One of them was a crit for triple damage.
Oh.
Gosh.
Wow. Rel likes you. It's 2d8 damage. I rolled 2 1s.
No.
So 2 points of damage, tripled though. So 6 points. And then the second one is 3 and 3. So 6 twice. So 12 points, which still is a lot, but it's not what it could be.
Yeah.
It's not 34 and a half.
Right.
Are you still up?
I'm still up.
Okay. You are now being held by the creature, though. And
I
you
am?
will suffocate. Yep, you will suffocate out without help in 5 rounds.
Hopefully we can kill it.
It's pretty hurt, but it's hanging on there. Okay, so what's everybody's plan? As you were the one that wanted to run, of course. Callista.
Let's see. I'm looking at my spells.
Demon summoning. You gonna do a spell?
I don't have another demon summon, unfortunately. No, I think I'm just gonna use my crossbow bow again for now.
Okay.
I don't want to
Vanessa?
use any more spells yet.
Yeah, I don't
Alright,
have
Vanessa.
anything really that would help this, so my boomerang missile.
All right. How about Basil? Your friend just got scooped up.
Yeah, triple attack, melee.
Nice. All right.
Come on, Basil.
Okay, initiative, Crystal.
Okay.
This is a hell of a fight. 2.
6.
Oh, actually, no. I forgot. Well, it matters because the damage. No, I mean, it doesn't matter. It can't attack, so it doesn't matter what it roll for initiative. So I will just subtract this down 1 round like that, and then you guys can go. So melee, go for it. Okay. All right, 1 hit for 5 points. Not bad. All right, Callista
Let's see.
is on its last legs. Nope.
No.
Vanessa,
All right. You try. No.
okay.
Get my feet of strength, right?
Yep, if you want to break out, go for it.
Oh my God!
No,
Wow!
no, that's not right. That's
What?
hold on. Why does it say 4 though?
Oh,
Because you have a 4 and you rolled a 1. Oh crap! No, that's
Yep,
right.
yep.
4
Yep.
is your chance. Holy
Oh,
crap!
oh, nice, yeah.
Nice.
Oh wow. Okay, that is epic, and it
Epic.
only has it only has a handful of hit points left. So because that is so epic, I'm just gonna say, tell me how Muda tears this thing apart to get out and kills it.
Nice.
Yes, I take my Kujang's sword and focusing on the honor of my family and the power of that sword, I just begin slashing through the vines, and I just go a little crazy until I see the light, and I thank Rel for his benefits.
So it grabs you and starts to pull you in, and instead of trying to struggle and get out like most people would, you just start hacking forward and you come out the backside of it, and then it just drops on the ground. And yeah, you have defeated the mound. Holy cow, that was a tough fight. And you see lying on the ground 3 stones, 3 glowing stones, a deep red
Muda,
one, a pale blue
Muda
one,
being
and
a
a pink one.
purloiner. Muda being a purloiner, I imagine, like, while hacking at it, he sees these gems, and he's like, oh, they're mine.
Yeah, he scoops them up as he's going through.
I'm hacking and I'm trying to grab them at the same time.
Grab him as they go.
It's like
That's
it's
so
like
true.
you're inside one of those tubes where like the money is like shooting around. You're like trying to grab as much as you can.
But everybody thinks you were trying to kill the creature, but you were just trying to get the gems. Yeah.
Oh,
Wow,
Yeah,
it's amazing you killed that creature. Yeah, he says as he's like pocketing the
Well,
gems.
the thing is that they're not exactly gems as you look at them. One is a deep
Aha.
red sphere. It's perfectly round. There's a pale blue rhomboid and also a pink rhomboid, which of course is, unusual because you don't often see pale blue rhomboids.
Okay.
Nice.
A quadrilateral of which only the opposite sides and angles are equal. So yeah. So these
I'll
are
hand these to Panesta.
yeah.
Found these.
Actually, if you pick them up, when you pick them up, they immediately shoot up in the air and start circling around your head.
What?
Yep. And everybody can have a 1 in 6 chance, but I'll give Panesta a 3 in 6 chance to know what these are because this is
Okay.
kind of a legendary thing here that you just got.
Oh, I rolled a 1.
Yep. These are ancient magical devices, often referred to as ion stones.
Ooh.
Yeah. So what they are, I mean, because you would know because you're floating around your head currently. The red one adds +2 your +1 dex. The blue is +1 strength, and the pink is +1 con.
Wow.
And of course, the way these work is they have to be floating around your head issue, as for them to work. So You are currently have them encased around your head. You can obviously grab
these-
them and take them out. Yeah.
These are annoying.
Currently, you have +1 to your strength, your dex, and your con.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just keep
You might want to keep those.
swatting at them.
Yeah.
No, don't.
Yeah, you can grab them, and take them down if you don't want them there. They're only active when they're
Floating.
floating around your head. Yeah.
Only active when floating. Okay, I'll make sure I
Yeah.
write that down.
That's how Iron
I'll
Stones
s-
work. They have to float around your head like a maniac. They're awesome, but they're also very obvious. I got to look up how they work exactly in the system, but that's basically generally how they work. That's how they work in Vance's Dying Earth. Let's see. Stones. So there's 3 of them, and they give I mean, obviously, you can do a little research to figure out what each one does. You can determine maybe what will be benefit each character, but they basically raise ability scores by a point while you're using them.
Yeah.
So however you want to deal with that, but yes, you got 3 of them. You got a red, deep red, which is +1
Yep.
dex. That's a sphere. Then pale blue rhomboid +1 strength, and pink rhomboid +1 con. These are very powerful magic items.
Yeah.
Any ability score magic item is always useful. Okay, so magical stones, enigmas, even to the most the power might be to blah, 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 blah. They're found in the most unlikely locations. Once grasped by a man will float in the air. Okay, so I did that right. I thought so. As soon as you touch it, it floats like a halo. When he walks, they will swirl in his wake, never more than 3 to 5 feet from him. Afterwards, the possessor may stow them, but doing so prevents the benefits. Yes, they have to be floating around your head for them to work. And of course, people can try to grab them from you if they want, but it's hard to get them.
Did you say
And
that they only affect mammals?
no,
No.
I thought I heard mammal somewhere.
nope. They raise an attribute, but they cannot raise it above 18. The ones you have, anyways. I think. Hold on. You have pale blue and pink. Yeah. So these can raise. They raise those ability scores by 1, but not more than not over 18. There you go. Yeah, 3 Ion Stones. That's very good.
Yeah, Muda
Plus-
says, so who wants this?
Well, I don't need the dex stone. Basil, maybe you should have the strength stone and give you even more power.
No, it's all right. I'll be happy with the dex stone if you would let me have it.
My dex is 18, so
I don't want any of it. This is quite annoying.
My dex is 16, so, and my strength is 8. So I don't think either of those would help me.
I don't want something like this around my head all the time. I
well,
Yeah,
we can always ask Bale or Brighild.
What was
Yeah.
the last stat that the last one raised?
Con.
Con.
Okay.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only. Good.
These stones of annoyance are not for me.
Yeah, I mean,
others can have them.
yeah. If
Here,
they're around
Basil,
your,
you take the dex.
yeah, if they're around your own head, you can easily grab them and take them out. But anybody else trying to grab them from around your head they have to hit an armor class of -5. so if he tries to just take it from you, it's gonna be get it. Then you can just reach up and grab it.
If Muda offers Basil the dex stone, he's gonna say, "What is it?" and he's gonna hold it.
Yeah, as soon as you hold it, it floats up around your head like a halo.
Yeah, and he's gonna say, "Well, it feels different, and boy, I feel swifter than I normally do."
So that's a big improvement for you.
Right. Yeah, I don't want to
Yeah.
say you're not very swift, but
Well, maybe we can
More agile.
give the others who are waiting above for us one of these stones when we see them again.
Yeah, we'll ask him.
Brighild might
Yes.
need might like the strength stone.
Holding doors is important.
Yes, it is.
If anyone has like meta, if anyone has a 12 con, using that con one would give you like, you know, 1 more HP per level while you're using it.
Yeah, I don't.
I have no
Yeah,
need for these.
Yeah, I was gonna say right. Ion swords are very meta, so you can figure out who wants them based on that. Just note that when you're using them, it's very obvious because they float around your head. That's the only downside to them.
Yeah.
They're literally floating around your head. Like, what's that floating around? There's nothing floating around my head. What do you mean?
Stones of annoyance.
Yeah, exactly. All right, yeah, but you killed the shambling man. So that was hard. Yeah, man, it's immune to fire.
Yep.
You learned that.
Is it-
Yeah.
Is it
Hey.
immune? Curiosity. I don't know if you'll tell me or not, but is it immune to all fire or only regular fire?
Well, I had magic fire.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
'cause
had magical fire sword. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. No, yeah, you're right. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you would know that a magical fire sword and the oil did not affect it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
yeah.
Hey, had to try.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah. I mean, fire kills most things, but yeah, this
I
was like
guess-
one of the few creatures that doesn't.
I guess I should have
Thanks.
taken lightning bolt instead of
Thanks to that-
fireball.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks to Callista and Muda, Basil walks up to Callista and says, puts his hand on her shoulder and says, "Callista, you saved my life back there with your magic. Without that spell, I would have surely perished." And he looks to Muda and said, "And your healing spell saved me just as well. I would have been in peril without it."
So, well, that was more Rel than me. And
And,
Go ahead.
I offer my reverence to Rel.
here, see, here, let me touch your butt again. See,
Uh,
nothing. Nothing.
Uh,
Do you feel it? No, nothing but me just touching your butt.
yeah,
The
it's rather greasy right now. So
Yeah.
the giant greasy basil is like, and I guess that's it. No one else helped me at all.
I tried, but it failed. So
no.
Well, that's not true. You actually.
Callista grew him, but he didn't think Callista.
No,
No,
yeah, he
he-
did.
Oh, he did. I'm sorry. I
Yeah,
guess I don't know what's
yeah,
wrong with me tonight.
He
Callista
thanked
was
you,
the
but
first
not
one that he
Pedesta.
thanked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was
And then,
Pedesta who helped pull him out with the whip, but Callista grew him to make it easier.
So both of us.
Yeah, we all work
Yes.
together. We all work
Oh
together.
yeah.
Yeah, it was good teamwork. So yeah, it's actually 10. So I kind of feel like instead of taking a break and then just playing for a little bit longer, we should just probably cut it here. I mean, whatever you want to do, but we will just kind of end it in a few minutes. We'll wrap
Yeah,
up this room anyways.
I think that's okay. I'm Callista is going to take out her silver dagger, and she's gonna go over to that shambling mound, and she's gonna take its left pinky.
I think we can take on that Black Lotus now.
That's probably not a good idea. I mean, you can certainly try to harvest it, but if you screw up, you'll die. Well, you won't necessarily die. You get saving throw.
Can't be
But,
as bad as this thing.
No, it can't. This was a tough. This was a tough bad guy. That was for sure. Well, not only that, it's meta, but I'll just say now it takes half damage against all weapon attacks.
Oh wow.
So like,
Oh,
yeah. So that's why it was so hard to kill. I mean, he had a lot of hit points, but that really
Callista, as she's collecting this thing's left pinky, she says, this reminds me of a story I heard once. I know you like stories, Panesta. Perhaps you've heard the story of the people who once liked, comment, and subscribed to Bandit's Keep actual play. They were able to ring this notification bell and get all future updates that the bandits would do on the actual play.
Yep. I've heard that story. It's a good one. Everyone should hear that story.
it's legendary.
Yeah. Basil goes, "Callista, your magical incantations are always amazing."
Awesome. All right.
Of course.
Close there.